everyone watches rugby for rugby.
Hello and welcome. I assure you that some people do watch rugby for rugby.
Okay,
Charlie
fine.
is not
Some
one of those people.
watch rugby for rugby.
Hello, I missed you, Charlie.
Hi, I bring the calmness and the civility.
Hello, lovely people. It is Sunday. It is Some Other Heroes Day, and we're here, quite apparently. Welcome to this 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons stream set in a world of skyships and floating islands and strange magics and one less mystery. I am Chris, I use he, him pronouns, and I have the honour and joy of being the storyteller and dungeon master for this ongoing campaign. With me are my fellow 4 queer dungeoneers and regular cast members, all of whom will introduce themselves. And Charlie, I mean, I feel like you shouted yourself out. So
I called myself out is what I did.
Yeah.
Hello, I am Charlie. I am happy to be back. I've missed all of you guys, everything, all of this delicious nerdy queerness. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Aisling, who also uses she, her pronouns, and she is just as chaotic as I am, except she sheds more.
Just a bit.
Just more.
That's perfect. Amazing. I'm going to carry on clockwise today, I think. So, Michelle, would you please go second?
Oh, yes. Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle. My pronouns are she, her. And today I'll be playing the wanted for attempted assassination tiefling Skier.
No big deal. It's fine. It's fine.
Brilliant. Well done. Rock and Wayne, you are next.
Hi. I'm Wayne, my pronouns are he, him, and, you know, if you're not wanted by the Empire, are you even doing it right?
And you're
That's
playing...
Rock's tagline. I love it.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't know who I am anymore.
We'll leave that there. That's brilliant. And last but never least, Theo.
Hello, I am Theo. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Eugene, the half-elf wizard. You might know who he is. I don't know. Maybe.
It's possibly loving that someone else is having some family drama for a change. Ah, dear. Before we dive into today's episode, we'd just like to do a few quick shout-outs. First off is to our wonderful mods. I think we only have one today, but it is the...
We've misplaced the other.
We have lost the other. We have in chat Hedgehawk UK, who is there to just keep things flowing and keep out the bots and keep an eye on things. If we miss anything that makes you feel uncomfortable or concerned, and we're in the middle of the flow, please don't be afraid to whisper to Hedge, and he will check it out on our behalf as well. Just allows us to concentrate on the game. We love you to pieces, Hedge, and we really do appreciate you being here. Our second mod, Bespectacled Man, unfortunately probably not going to be with us today because he's hanging out with the amazing Rooney Runes, who you might know as Bruni.
IRL, I might add.
In real life. So we don't think that either of them are going to be in chat today, but if they are, we will, of course, be very happy to see them. But if not, and they're catching up later, we love you both. We are really excited to hear about your adventures together today. And Rooney, we can't wait until you return the journey back over to the UK. So our next thing on my list is to shout out some of the wonderful streams and podcasts that we share this space with, and we would love you to kind of engage with. And I'm going to start today with A Forest of Lore. Dal and Lane have created a wonderful homebrew world. They are based in Australia and they do variety TTRPG, but mostly Dungeons and Dragons. They usually stream on the Saturday, It's a very different time space, but if you can, jump along and give them some support and some love. They're wonderful, warm people. They stay up ridiculously late to kind of share this tighter space with us when they can, and we always love seeing them when they do. So please just share your love with them. Our second shout out today is for Dice and a Slice. Dice and a Slice is the only Dungeons and Dragons podcast powered by baked goods. Josh has created an amazing homebrew world set on a nautical theme with stray gods and wonderful mysteries and prison breaks currently. He plays alongside the amazing Alicia, Tom and Jazz. They are telling a wonderful story, and it's all really interesting and exciting at the moment. So plenty of time to kind of catch up with what they're doing. And finally, but never least in our hearts, Hedge is here, so that means Misadventurers League are here. Misadventurers League are a variety TTRPG stream based in the UK but spreading out through Europe and beyond. They are currently in the middle of Kids in Brooms on a regular weekly basis, but they're also currently casting for Cyberpunk Red. So if you want your dystopian neon future to come to realness, to come into life, and you want to play with some amazing people on an amazing stream, check out their Twitter and other places and sign up. Hedge is a great storyteller. It's a wonderful system. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Cool. That seemed breezy, but in a good way. Did I miss anything? Anyone that people would like to shout out? No? Okay, in which case, based on that, I think I will drop the titles.
I know.
And we are back, which means it's time for me to say previously on Some Other Heroes. Our friends have returned to Cloud's Cairn, and so has Cambor Revorcus, Rock's sister. In an attempt to keep her safe, our four friends travelled to the docks to pick her up and escort her to Rebecca Ryder's estate.
That went
in the
well.
Citadel. Only for them to be interrupted by a strange new figure, Unsen Marvoth, a paladin of the Dragon of the Eastern Climes. Who then revealed that the person that they were escorting was not indeed Cambor, but a shadow assassin sent to spy on them and possibly take Rock out at a later point. A battle ensued between this creature and the two thralls that it had created from two of the legionnaires sent to protect Cambor. They won. It was a very swingy fight with some strange magics going on. And they, with their new ally, then met up with Campbell and Millie, Rock's family, who revealed that she had been attacked when they had come into port, and by virtue of her ability to grow wings like Rock, was able to hide long enough to let Unsen know what had happened. Inside the mansion, the the friends all managed to sit and breathe and talk over some of the events that happened. And Rock finally managed to ask the question about the strange memory sphere that Campbell had been given via her investigations in the Empire. The very thing that had put our dear skier in peril in the first place. Upon touching the sphere together, Rock and Campbell activated it, causing a rift of a flood of memories that were not their own to fill the room. It turns out that there is a secret part of the Revolker's history, and that the bloodline is not descended in the way that they thought. Campbell and Rock's great-grandmother bore the children of the first emperor, and those are the descendants of Rock and Campbell, meaning, officially, Rock is first in line for the imperial throne, even over the current emperor. So, and that is where we left them, in stunned silence, everybody staring at Rock. But before we get to that, we need to catch up with a certain satyr.
Catch her if you can.
Catch you if you can.
Yeah.
Aisling, we find you walking back through the outer parts of Lowtown with Ludwig. The two of you have ice creams at your behest and have spent the best part of the last few hours with Captain Tyre, Commander Tyre, I should say, who's had another promotion, who is leading on the investigation into the Embers and their crimes through Klauskern. Upon meeting Ludwig, they asked for your help so that you could give your part of the story directly to Tyre. And,
I'm sure it was efficient and chronological, and I was very good at it.
It was convoluted in a roundabout, but with Ludwig's prompting and Tyre's infinite lizard-like patience,
Perfect.
you got the whole story in chronological order eventually. Yeah.
Nah.
To say thanks, Ludwig took you out for coffee, and then realising coffee was a terrible idea, took you out for ice cream immediately afterwards to try and calm you down a little bit.
The sugar rush is better than the caffeine rush.
Absolutely.
In terms of management. Yeah.
And the two of you are wandering through the streets of Klauskern, having a lovely chat about what you've been up to, where you've been. I think you're sensible enough not to tell him everything that happened in New Dawn, but I think you kind of imply that it was a lot, and there was a lot that happened, and things are big and scary.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of had good friends around you, and I think Ludwig is not able to kind of come with you, and they know that, but they are pleased that you have found good people to surround yourself with. You get to the end of the upper road, into the High Spire, where a familiar road, where you now live with your friends, comes into view. Ludwig says their goodbyes and lets you return to your day, but they...
I hug them.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hug them. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Not letting them get away.
Yeah, but they make sure that you promise next time you're in the area you've got some time to take a couple of days out, come to Ladywell Farms, maybe even bring your friends again, and just have a chance to breathe and reinvestigate everything that's going on, and maybe just kill a couple of those pesky wyverns that cause the farmers problems.
Oh yeah. Cheeky little side quest, get some gold pieces.
Exactly. They say their goodbyes, and you watch them disappear into the crowd and wander up to your front door. which opens, as it always does, just magically inclined to believe that you are supposed to be there. You press your thumb against the doorknob and it swings open in that way that is always very satisfying. Remember, kind of patting the second door that Rock always ignores as you go through. And you find yourself in the foyer, which is no big surprise. But what is a big surprise is the 6-foot, gold-scaled dragonborn in plate mail standing guard outside of one of the doors, who immediately looks at you and looks like they're about to reach for their weapon, but then remember this is not their house. And you are?
Hello. I'm Ashling. I live here. Do you want it's mint chopped chip?
They kind of, there's this whole sort of process of this is a woman with a level of intelligence, but not a dealing with you kind of level of intelligence. Like
it takes a real fucking in that shit.
Yeah. She's like, you can see that she settles in like, okay, you live here, that's fine, and then kind of calculates the whole chocolate chip. No, thank you. I'm not a fan, but thank you for the offer. Your name is?
Ashling. Where's
I am
Eugene and Rock and Skier and
I am questing Blade Unsen Marvov. I am here on behest of Campbell Revorkus and a personal quest.
oh. Okay,
and-
that's fine. I thought you'd broken in or something. I was going to have to kill you, but it's fine.
I would have been interested to see how that turned out, but
I wouldn't. Where's my pals?
but no, I am here on invitation from Lord Iskarok Revorkus himself and Master Eugene and Lady Skier. They are having a private meeting with Lady Campbell Revorkus and asked me to not be involved.
I'm sure I'm invited. It's all right. Pardon me. Excuse me. If I could just.
You kind of start pushing her before you.
I could just.
And like Skier last week, you realise this is a solid woman who does not move unless she wants to. And then she just kind of like looks at you strangely for a second and then steps aside.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you. Okay.
You
great.
throw open
Great
the
job.
doors and you kind of step across a rift of a spell that you recognise as Private Sanctum. Actually, does Private Sanctum let people in?
Yeah, I think so. Let me just check.
That would be a bummer if I got scared trying to come through the door.
Splat onto the visible wall.
Is skied going to become a verb now?
Yeah.
Getting fucked up by wards. Yeah.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
scared.
So what was
As
that?
well
Oh
as
no,
him
I got scared
teleporting.
yesterday.
Yeah, cool.
You're fine.
You open the door and it's kind of like smoky and misty, almost like you can't see in properly. And you think it takes you a second. You're like, oh wait,
Oh,
Eugene's got
Mr.
spell
Hyde.
Rub
razor.
your eyes.
What was in the ice cream? And you step through and straight into the middle of a strange scene. You kind of almost see the edges of some sort of illusion just dying away, and everybody is on their feet looking alarmed, and everyone is staring at Rock.
You're not dying again, are you?
Everyone stops and kind of turns and looks at you, I think.
Bye.
Rock's just going to look at Ashling and just go, no, it's much worse, and grab the bottle of wine from Campbell and just literally down the bottle of wine, slam it down, and then just sit down.
Can I put perception check, see how expensive that bottle of wine was, to see how stressed Rock might be?
I mean, you recognise. I think
Or
you
is that
recognise.
insight?
You don't. I mean, you can insight check Rock at the moment if you wish. Anyway, I think the bottle is definitely one of the ones that Aramis gave you all.
Okay. That's a 25.
25. How is Rock feeling in this moment right now? What's he projecting?
I actually don't think you have any idea what Rock is feeling, because he looks. How would I describe? I'm afraid the only way I can describe it is he is shooketh.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Shit, shooketh.
I think he's just like. He looks genuinely stunned and surprisingly completely quiet, just sort of sitting, looking stunned.
Okay. Who's nearest to me where I am, who I could lean over to?
Right now, nearest to you is a woman that you have seen before, who was there with Campbell at the party. The person who was her bodyguard, who is kind of halfway towards you and has her hand on a dagger, and then kind of is settling back in at this point.
I live here, alright?
And probably right behind her is Skier, doing the same thing.
I'll sort of lean around the fucking bodyguard and look at Skier and be like, alright, babe, what's going on? This looks fun.
Yeah,
Go on, tell us, Skier.
Pretty intense.
Okay. Do I need to be worried and or attacking anything right now?
No attack.
Okay.
I make a pointed look at Millie. No attacking.
She signs something, and which you don't unfortunately speak sign, but you see Campbell just nod, and she actually mouths sorry to Aisling quite physically, so she understands and kind of steps back.
Rock's just gonna without breaking kind of or looking up, just gonna say, Aisling, Millie's deaf. If you talk to her, look at her.
Okay. That's fine. Hi, Millie. Don't stab me. Thanks. Cool.
She signs something, and Campbell, who's sitting next to her, kind of looks across and goes, she says stabbing is for people who she doesn't like.
Oh, sweet. Okay, we're good.
What's Campbell's state of being right now?
So Campbell is rubbing her temples and looks like she might throw up.
Oh, fun.
And then she just wanders over, grabs the bottle, looks at it, looks at Rock. Have you got another?
I'm not even going to dignify that with an answer.
Fucking Bernard Black over here has got more than enough for you.
Such a reference, I love it.
Wow.
I think you probably incline where the nearest bottle is, and she just kind of goes over and uncorks it, pours you a glass, and then starts chugging from the bottle herself.
Okay, I'm getting the impression that this is stressful. Can someone fill me in?
Sorry, yes. Skier has not taken her eyes off Rock the entire time, and she probably won't for a while. But just leans over to say to you, Rock is the heir to the throne of the Empire.
Okay. Okay. Wait.
You might want to write this on your arm.
But no. What? No, you're not. But wait. But you're the false. But it's false. So it's wrong, right? You're not. But you are.
You see, that's a very good point. If all that rubbish was true, then I would be the heir, not the false heir. So why would they call me the false heir? So it's obviously just this. I mean, this can't be real. It has to be some kind of trick.
How did you even find out this? What?
This stupid Horb.
Oh.
The memory sphere that Skier had our great grandmother's memories on it.
Okay.
And it appears the man that we thought our great-grandfather was not. Instead, she had a long-standing relationship during the War of the Dragon Lords with the man who would become the first emperor.
And is that how Rock happened?
In a longer sense of words. I mean, obviously there are
Shit.
other generations involved, but yes, Rock and I are directly descended from Mistrium, as in that Mistrium the First. Or as we found out, as he was before, Koresh Kazir.
I'm assuming by how little wine is left in the room that this is not good news.
Depends who you're asking.
Well, we don't even know if it's true yet. I mean, this is not the kind of thing, surely, that would have just gone unnoticed. And, I mean, obviously some people know because people have been stabbing me, so it's not that much of a secret. So it can't be... I mean, we would have known by now, surely.
Empire sounds like it's pretty good at covering shit up, though, huh?
Well, they think so.
Well, Skier nearly got fucking flash fried because someone wanted this stupid ball.
Oh, yes.
Eugene, I hate to trouble upon you, but could you have a look over the enchantment on this and just confirm my suspicions? I believe that it is tied to, as you saw our great-grandmother say, members of the Revorcus line who are directly descended from Mistrium Zinthat. For Zinthat Mistrium.
Yes, I'll certainly have a look.
She passes you the orb. I think it's this point in time that Millie kind of reads everything. She just walks over and she's just going to... I know you're sitting down, but she just leans down and gives Rock a huge hug.
I think Rock probably responds sort of uncharacteristically, affectionately, and just like properly just closes his eyes and gives her a hug, and doesn't say anything.
She just holds you for a minute until you don't need it anymore.
I'm going to get up and go and stand next to Campbell.
I think she's thinking, and you know your sister well enough to know she's calculating and she's working out the variables and she's considering what's going on, but there is enough of her that a hand just kind of finds yours whilst you're standing there.
Okay, so I'm trying my best not to
Spiral?
That would be what Ashley would say, yes. So say this is true, which it obviously isn't. It's obviously some kind of trick or something to, cause chaos. Anyway, say it is true. I mean, it doesn't really make any difference, does it?
Make me an investigation.
Unless we want to
Arcana
make
check,
a difference.
please, Eugene.
Sorry?
Make me an Arcana or investigation check.
Sure.
Sorry, what was that second line, please, Wayne?
I said it doesn't make any difference. Well, unless we wanted to make a difference, if you know what I mean.
I think at this point, Campbell looks at Skier. I don't know, Rock. The problem is right now, we don't know what's going on in the Empire, and this isn't necessarily
we don't know what's going on in our family. I mean, we literally have just found out that our grandfather is not, or great-grandfather is not our great-grandfather, and that we're not even of the line we thought we were, and So I don't know how we're supposed to know what's going on in the Empire when we don't know what's going on in the family house.
To be clear, we are still Revorkas. That is not in doubt. As has always been,
Yes.
we follow the maternal line and we stand with our clan. But...
Well, yes, because you sound exactly like grandmother.
Well, take that as a compliment because she was always your favourite, so...
It wasn't meant as a comment. Anyway, well, still, we don't really know anything now. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
Are you scared? Are you
Of what?
scared? Are you scared of this responsibility?
It's not my responsibility. We have an emperor.
But technically, you should have more of a right to be the emperor than he does.
You are now... We both are. I mean, I've already sworn my oath to the Council of Matriarchs. I am in training. I cannot sit on the throne, even if it falls to me. But you are a direct threat to Mistrium III. What did you roll, by the way, Theo?
I rolled a 33.
Fucking
All right, Eugene.
And that wasn't even a nat 20, huh?
Investigation.
Room for more.
Arcana.
Hell.
Oh my god. 33.
Yeah.
Wow.
With a 33, this sphere, the magics around it are the age you expect them to be by the story that you just saw. The memories are genuine, and the runic lock on it is specifically designed so that only the leading heir can activate it. It's a very clever magic that kind of uses a little bit of divination magic tied into the enchantment. So when the sphere touches the skin of anyone, it assesses who they are in relation to the original blood which you saw great grandmother take.
Little built-in paternity test.
Exactly. So it also recognizes if they are first in line or not. So that is why it did not activate for Cambor, but it does for Rock. You also notice someone has tried to force this open a couple of times. There is residual magic. One of the spells that was attempted on
I was going to say, does it have scrape marks? Because if that's the case, it's probably Skier.
Yeah.
Thought I'd try, you know.
One of the spell resonance on it, and this is because you got a 33, so you getting a really good look at this. One of the things that resonates on it was about 50 years ago. Somebody tried to force it open with magic. Clumsily as well. More subtly, about 4 years ago, someone tried something else. Given that this is supposed to have been locked away in the Imperial Vault, it does suggest that only a few people could have had access to it.
Rock, it's definitely true.
Wait, I'm just going to look to Campbell and just kind of say, do you think Mother knows?
I don't know, and I don't know. I feel like I feel like if she did, she'd have brought you back the minute you stepped outside the house.
Also, okay, none of this is making sense. So if anyone was worried about this and thought I was a threat, why didn't they just leave me alone? I was outside the Empire. I had not shown any interest in being in as part of the court. Why, if they just left me alone instead of sending people out to find me?
Brother, that's not how that works, and you know it. Your very existence is a threat. His perfection may not even know. But people
well, no, I know it's a while since I've seen him, but, he's very sweet and all, but he's certainly not a
I think you said
power-hungry monster.
Nice but a bit dull, didn't you?
Yes, he's perfectly suited to be emperor.
For those,
I can't see him doing that. And to be honest, if he was after me, if he knew about this, I am pretty sure he would have just asked me. I mean, he's, we've known each other since we were tiny-ish. So I don't think he knows. I mean, I could be wrong, because at the moment I don't know what's true or not, but I have the feeling he doesn't even know about that. But that means who does, and why do they think it's a threat? If he... I don't know.
For those of you in the room who are not up on court politics, Rock was being investigated as a potential betrothal for the Emperor prior to changing in the way things were at home.
I left. They all know I left.
It has been an interesting echo. But he's very much the same as when we were young. I've never noticed any change in him. Admittedly, I don't get to spend the time I used to when he came to the estates, but...
Okay, so if he doesn't know, and I'm assuming that Riskford and his lot do know, I mean, I guess, why am I a threat? Why do they need him on the throne so desperately that even my existence is a threat, even though I don't want to be on the throne at all?
Does anyone else want to chime in at this point?
Skia, you're either going to explode or say something, so say something.
Our current emperor is easily manipulated. He's not really in charge. There are other people that don't think he's a good leader. The empire is in a bad way. It needs a new leadership. You'd be a good leader.
Have you been drinking?
Rock sharp.
Campbell just hands you a bottle.
Not yet, but I might start very soon.
I can't believe this is even a discussion. I am so clearly not cut out. I literally left because I was so not cut out to be there.
You're not
I can think of nothing worse than to spend my life being part of all the bureaucracy and the empire bullshit. Anyway, that's not even a consideration right now. He is still on the throne. Right? Unless I've missed something major. Just look at Campbell.
He's fine. I did see him before I left the capital, and after the incident.
Are you sure it was actually him? Because I saw you coming off the ship too.
She looks to Millie, and Millie kind of nods. Yes, it was him.
If he's killed, or if something happens to him, and we ignore this information, who would be next in line? Does he have kids?
Not yet.
So
it has been a little bit of a conversation at court that that is something that needs to be arranged. Unlike long story short, there were uncles. They were disappeared under mysterious circumstances by his father.
Well, yes. At least he's better than his father. But
I've always found him very kind and considered. I mean, he's done more for peace than either his father or his grandfather ever did. I mean, he brought peace to Curse Hollow. That's difficult.
So then we can only assume that the people who don't want him on the throne, or do want him on the throne to manipulate him, are the ones who want to try and swing him away from that path.
It does seem counterintuitive to how he behaves.
Yeah, I really don't understand.
Durgarth Harridan is a warmonger. Why would he have an interest in keeping a puppet? It seemed counter, unless there's something we're missing here.
Unless they just need to keep him there until a certain point.
Removing you stops that from being a problem.
Well, I guess if they are planning on overthrowing someone like him that may not be everyone's favorite, etc., would be a good time to do it, rather than waiting for another heir or the next emperor, or I guess.
They could just kill him now. They have the
Well,
perfect
exactly.
scapegoat.
And what they could have done that already with you being on the run. They could have just blamed you.
That's true.
So they actually had a perfect chance after that event to get rid of him if they wanted to.
Wait, why are you on the run?
Well, I wasn't.
Oh,
please, no.
Oh, sorry. No. They're saying that I attempted to assassinate the emperor, and
But you didn't.
actually attempted.
I'm just checking. Oh yeah, you would have done it.
Can we just skip over the fact that attempted is the part of that you're insulted by, shall we?
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. You would have done it. Okay. That sucks.
Skier is presently public enemy number 1 in the Empire.
well,
Shit.
number 2 probably.
Number
Can
2.
we-
Who's number 1?
Public enemy number 1, private enemy number 2.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Chris?
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just gonna ask a question. I don't know if I'm putting like 2 and 2 and getting 7 together, but did the dancers want Rock on the throne because they're also being taken out?
Or did they also find it hilarious?
Yeah.
No, but I'll
Okay,
lean
go
into her thought for you a little bit. It is very, very interesting that Sabina Rissin particularly asked you to protect Rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it is not an uncommon knowledge that Sabina Rissin, before she became Mistress of the Dancers, was head courtesan and the late First Emperor's favourite, to the point where it is suggested they were very much in love.
Okay.
The first emperor.
The First Emperor. She left court when his son ascended the throne, but that's when she built the network properly. Like, there were dancers before then, but that's the point where they became more influential and became a very grown network.
So the first emperor is in Rock's great-grandfather. Or... Oh, shit. So she probably knew.
I mean, it's very hard to get a straight answer out of that woman, but
Oh, yeah.
it's entirely possible she knows what's going on.
Okay. Okay. So,
Okay, so let's get just just so I'm clear. So we still don't know why they want me dead. We still don't know.
what they don't
No, I
want
think
to
we're very
take the
clear on
Yeah.
why they want you
Yeah,
dead, Rock.
I think
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
well, I'm still not exactly sure how it helps them if I'm. But anyway, I mean, I know the Emperor stays on the throne, blah blah blah. But like I say, I still feel like there would be ways to manipulate and make that happen without. I mean, if I just pitched up tomorrow and said, "Hey, I'm the heir," no
it
one
be a
would believe me
difficult
anyway.
fight,
So
but if we have this, and she kind of points to the sphere, and I'm fairly certain that there will be other documentation that supports that, it would be enough to cause doubt, which would call the whole thing into question.
okay, and then what does this have to do with the cult of the dragon then?
Oh, I don't know. What do those nut jobs ever have to do with anything? They've been nothing but a thorn in the Empire's side since they first, for the last 60 years.
I wouldn't. I wouldn't write them off quite so dismissively. It appears that there is definite movement in terms of growing the cult of the dragon once again.
Is this to do with that strange draconic creature that your friend Julie introduced us to?
Yes, that's part of it, I think.
Oh, you're very much going to have to bring me up to speed on what you've been up to then, because it's been a while since we had a proper chat like this.
Well, yes, but we have found out that there is somebody who appears to be angling for some kind of deification, and it sort of is kind of power hungry, coming along and at least using the cult of the dragon. So if it's not the cult of the dragon themselves, they are most definitely being used as a tool.
And I think you tell her a little bit. Am I right in things? You'll probably tell her a little bit about what you found about the Dragon King, and the reappearance of the cult, and how many times that you've now encountered those strange draconic creatures. And
yeah, and what we heard. Who did we hear it from? I'm so confused. I actually have notes.
and she takes this all in.
Oh, from the little parley thing. When we were told about the Temple of the Center and that kind of stuff.
Oh,
and they also mentioned Martin Riskford and Tremeth and the Worm's High Priest and all that.
She just sits in stunned silence. Okay, I take it back. The Cult of the Dragon is a genuine problem. Wow. And I think they have been largely dismissed in the Empire as being defunct and of little interest and minor nuisance. Okay. And she kind of looks at Eugene. And they were in New Dawan as well.
Yes.
So that's not a separate cult. That sounds organized. A funny question. Have you heard anything of the Embers in the last... since your adventures in the cairn?
No, apart from some particular people who we thought were connected to them, like Callie Misthurst and
Yeah, but that was part
What's
of
his
something
name?
bigger, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Callie has other connections.
And
We do
Pyron
know that
was
they
also
were-
sort of.
We do know that they were at the temple of the center with that. I can't remember what kind of creature we decided it was. Those people were turned to stone.
Oh, they were petrified. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, and that's where they took the body from, the bones.
Yes, yeah, the dead demon body.
But I'm not entirely sure if that's the embers or just the people who were pulling the embers strings who are just carrying on that work.
We do know that Pyron and Callie were there.
Yeah.
I mean, we also know that Dogarth led them as Ashen. Maybe he just kept the most senior and useful, and he's cut out the rest of them, and they've shifted their attention to new forces and new operations.
Well, it's funny you should mention those people, because it appears that Callie has another agenda that seems to be going on, which involves trying to eliminate the dancers. Did we mention that? I'm not sure if we mentioned that.
Oh, goodness.
Skia just holds
Yeah.
up her boot to show like the markings she's kept.
Did she take the boot off, or is this a
Just-
edition?
Just leg in the air.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say to Campbell, do you remember the stories about the Talons?
They were the sorts of things that Father used to delight in making us scared before bedtime so that Mum had to deal with us.
Surprise! They're real. And not only are they real, but they're back.
And you think this Callie Misthurst is one of them?
Well,
Oh, yeah.
a descendant of them. So that
Yeah, her family was, right? Or her parents?
she's she's a descendant of someone who was.
Yeah, and the thing that attacked you and then attacked us seemed to think they were a Talon or like have raised something.
Yeah, they
Talon.
did. I think the last thing they said was that the Talons will be avenged, I think. Was that it?
And that creature was summoned using the same magic as the Embers have been using. So I think it's safe to assume that they are directly involved. So that makes at least 2 people who have a vested interest in revenge upon the Empire.
Oh, goodness. And how, I mean, and then the things with the sky temples and how does that fit into all this apart from, or is that a separate problem and you just happen to have stumbled across everything else?
Well, I'm inclined to think it's not a separate problem at all, but I'm not entirely sure how the 2 things intertwine just yet, but there was someone tampered with the temples.
Do we have an idea of who or when?
We don't know who, right? But we know when-ish.
When-ish.
When was it?
Around the time that Pashkik arrived.
Yeah.
The theory
Okay.
is that is what allowed Pashkik to appear.
So, and the sky shield, the kind of the quake that we thought was because of the orb. We thought the weakening of the sky shield was possibly because of the fight on Pashkik and the AL falling, etc. but now I'm not entirely sure which one is cause and which one is effect. And I suspect that the tempering of the Sky Shield may have actually already weakened it.
So maybe the sky shields were tampered with, and that's how the island appeared, Parchkick appeared.
Yep. And
Okay.
and so that falling was only felt, and felt so significant because the Sky Shield was already weakened.
That makes sense.
Either
This
way,
is something that someone in the Empire has decided to do to grab power.
well, I don't know if it's in the Empire.
It's...
I mean, I
It's
feel
feeling
like
that way, Rock.
Yeah, where else
Well-
would it be?
Yeah. Who...
well, Pyron's not from the Empire.
I mean,
Yeah,
your
but he's
description.
not top
And
of
the-
the food chain, is he? Haradrim.
It sounds to me
Well-
like he's. Sorry, Eugene, please.
Well, Haradrin's the one that's in charge. I think Pyron was just recruited because he is adept at magic. It was him who was in charge of developing the magics to summon these creatures from the realm of dust and shadows. And we know that they know about the central temple because they were there. So it makes sense that it could have been, probably was them that tampered with the Sky Shield in the first place.
Yeah.
And Skier, you said that Risford was sitting in the Imperial throne.
Yeah.
So it would it seems that Haradrim is working for Risford.
And I think he's like bringing these groups together, maybe. Like
To
if
what end, though?
Well, I mean,
Control.
what was his end game when he was part of the Empire? He wanted to control the world. The Empire was just a tool that happened to have quite a lot of weaponry, and still does, compared to everyone else. So if you were going to take over one empire and use it to take over the rest of the world, let's face it, you would do it with the Mischium Empire. It has all the weaponry, it has the armed forces.
Risford, I mean, Haradrim, yes, absolutely. But Risford is... I mean, he's power hungry, he always has been, but he's not... He's not
Well,
megalomaniac.
well, did we mention the baby-faced fiends from hell? Did we mention those? I'm not sure if we mentioned that. We had a chat.
I think you have to
Leave
explain
that
the
one out.
Maragon situation a little bit to her. And then she's just like, I think this is the point, she's just like, she's kind of gone past the point of, oh shit, to the point where it's like, oh cool, another thing. that you guys have had to deal with.
Yeah, it's been a busy 4 days. So they gave us some information. It was kind of an exchange of information because they had severely wronged us. Anyway, that's beside the point. But they mentioned that that they had heard, or at least had information, that Martin Riskford was connected to what they called an old player. Very much implying and pretty much telling us that the worm that devours is pulling his strings, or at least he's connected to. So...
If I may...
Oh yeah, and all of this is probably connected to the empty seat, because someone wants to be a god. So, that's all.
Right.
No big deal.
I might have some more information that might shed some light on something.
Okay.
I would like to bring Unsen into this conversation, but I would like you to keep everything we've discussed up to this point quiet for now. I trust her, but she and you know, there's a kind of an exchange of looks between Millie and her. Millie kind of like looks at Rock and signs. She's hot-headed and blunt. Not great at keeping secrets.
Rock's going to say out loud rather than signing it so that everyone can hear. Just go, oh, I can't imagine who she sounds like. Just a quick question. Before we do that, in the little fantasy vision thing we just had to endure, there was a gold dragonborn.
Yes, a wyvern by the looks of it.
Yeah. Any idea who that is?
No, but I'm fairly certain our friends in the wyvern family will have documented wonderful portraits and things, and we can go through some of the lineage.
Well, just because that is clearly another lineage or another family that may be aware of the secret.
I can touch on Great Aunt Algil's time. I can drop in for tea, and you know how she likes to share boring stories about the Wyvia family to try and make them seem as important as the Revorcuses.
Shame.
Oh, she has no idea.
Get it.
If I may, I also had a question.
Of course.
Where was this being kept?
In the
sphere?
Imperial Vault. I think that's where I was told it was. Skia?
Yeah, I think it was kept in the vault, and then why does his name keep leaving me?
You can just say the Chamberlain.
The Chamberlain. The Chamberlain was looking into it.
Boreas Crag.
Boreas Craghammer.
Yeah, Boreas Craghammer
Great name.
was looking into it for Campbell.
I asked him for some information about why. Well, I was asking about Ghost initially.
And Koresh. Didn't you ask him about Koresh?
And Koresh.
The name
yes.
Koresh. Yeah.
And that's when he went off. And it's quite apparent the reason that he knew that name is because he knew that Koresh was Zinthat. Because he was there.
Who has access to the Imperial Vaults?
The Emperor, the Chamberlain, the Chief Steward, maybe a couple of guards, but they're only the most trusted.
But don't the matriarchs have access if they need it?
They can demand access, yes, but they have to apply for the Emperor to give them access. It's still his.
Welcome to the Empire, where everything's in triplicate.
Yeah. But yes, they can demand access to any part of the Imperial funds they need for any particular reason, including the Emperor's private collections.
The only reason I ask is while I was checking the sphere, there's evidence that it's been attempted to be opened a couple of times, actually. By my calculations, the most recent being about 4 years ago, someone tried to open it with magic, and much longer ago, someone tried to force it open.
I think I said 60 years ago, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's obviously it's not precise, but so Skier and Rock 60 years ago was roughly when the second emperor ascended the throne.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Are there any events that...
Yeah, I was trying to work out what's happened 4 years ago.
Yeah, is there anything
boys.
that I can think of from 4 years ago?
No, that seems a bit more arbitrary. Your friend ascended the throne about just over a decade ago. He, after his father died of an illness that no one could cure.
Skier, was it a sharp illness?
Sharp
wait.
illness.
In fact, whilst you're
No.
no, sorry. In fact, whilst you're remembering, Rock, do you want to just do a quick history check? It's personal history, and if you can remember
Sure.
about your friend and his father's relationship.
History. There we go. Oh, this is not bad. That's not great. 15.
15. You remember one of the reasons that he spent a lot of time at your estate when he was young is to get away after his grandfather died. His grandfather was always a buffer. His father was a demanding and hard man who never thought he was enough. He wasn't strong enough, he wasn't wise enough, he wasn't smart enough. He didn't have what it would take to carry on the lineage. So he used to come to Belvoir to get away, to breathe, to be himself.
So there is a possibility that once he was on the throne, someone was waiting to see whether he was going to be like his father or his grandfather. And then when it became clear that they could manipulate him, maybe something changed. Maybe that's when they started all of this. I mean, it doesn't answer who was trying to get into it, but I still don't really understand who would benefit from knowing this information, because they haven't opened the sphere, but somebody already knows. So
We have to assume... Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, it may not be that they need to know, but it may be that they need to know that there's evidence. Like, rumors happen all the time, right? Everyone likes to say,
true.
oh, I'm sixth in line to the throne, you know. But to actually have evidence...
do they?
Yeah, people do it all
Why?
the time. Because not everyone hates their home. Rock.
Get wrecked.
Nice skier. Nice. Stab me while I'm down.
It is what she does.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Whether up, whether down.
Yeah, it's easier for sure.
Skier's right. Possibly a little sharp, but correct.
I mean, that kind of sums her up.
Right, but a little sharp.
There is
There we go.
entirely...
That's the other T-shirt one. Sorry.
Perfect.
During the war, several people must have seen our great-grandmother and Zinthat together. It sounds
Well,
wrong
yes.
now we know that who he really was. To that end, even if they successfully manage... So a little bit of biology for those of you who are not Dragonborn. A female Dragonborn can choose which season she lays in. And that can hold up to 2 or 3 months sometimes, if she chooses. Which is more than enough time for her to nurse her missing husband back to health and to claim that in healing they have decided to have children together. But that doesn't delete the fact that there was a relationship. And, as we've seen in a lot of documentation, Zinthat was always incredibly fond of Campbell, our grandmother, and doted on her whenever she was at court.
Well, there was all the stories about her being very popular and always at court, and then removing herself, which now makes perfect sense.
I think grandmother knew. I think either she figured it out or she accessed the sphere somehow. She was an annoying woman like that. I loved her for it. But we do know from your description that the situation with Ghost is what probably prompted the final straw.
Yes, from that memory that I was shown.
It seems that the man that we saw in those memories that you saw, the person who would become Zinthat, became cruel and hard.
Wait a minute. Father was helping grandmother in that memory.
Yes.
So he knows?
I don't know if he knows about our line. I just know that he was very devoted to grandmother, and then he fell in love with mother, and it was a good match. I think
Rock's just gonna look at Eugene and just go, "Oh, count yourself lucky you just keep finding surprise family members."
we are the surprise family members this time, Rock.
Exactly. Anyway. Okay, so what now?
Now, I think I would like to talk to Anson, because she has brought me some
Oh
information.
God, she's still standing outside.
Probably. Millie's signs, definitely.
Yeah.
Also, just before we do open that door, just a tiny thing. You do realize that this makes you a target too, Campbell?
Absolutely, but I've taken my oaths already, so I cannot sit on the throne. Technically.
No, but it means that you could be used to get to or hurt or manipulate or whatever me, or so you are literally in the Viper Pit.
I mean, I've always been in the Viper Pit, dear, but that's...
Yes, but not
This is...
not
I know,
this
and I...
kind of stakes.
She puts her hand on your shoulder. I know, and I appreciate that, but...
Oh my God, if you tell me to calm down, I will kill you.
I am now better armed to see what is aimed at me than I ever have been before. If people have been working against me because they knew this and I did not, well, they don't have that advantage anymore.
No, that was just because they didn't like you.
She just kind of tweaks your horn, a horn on the end of your nose a little bit. Just stop it. Right.
Right, get Anson in before we start another roundabout conversation.
Please keep all of this to yourselves for now. I ask of you, and I swear this, I know this is a lot, and I know my family are asking a lot of all of you. And I have one more thing. She looks directly at Skia. We're going to have to do things in a very roundabout and unofficial way. Skia, sweetheart of the dancers, I, as a future member of the Matriarch's Council, would request formally that you act as Rock's bodyguard.
Oh my God, I'm right here. I have an enormous sword.
I'm being official duties.
How many times have you been attempted to assassinate?
I know you can handle yourself, Rock, but having someone officially with you also, this gives me an opportunity for later saying Skia was working for me and we made it look like she was an enemy of the state so that she could better do her job protecting you.
In the meantime, I have an Imperial assassin watching me. Great.
I just stand behind him and just like pull out my like tiniest, silliest dagger.
Is it one of the wiggly ones?
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
It's like iridescent. I'll never get it dirty. Yeah.
Stunning.
Was it bought in a package that said "My First Dagger"?
Yes. Oh, little toy
Baby's
master
first
dagger.
dagger. Skia just gives a nod and doesn't. I don't think she really says much. She just immediately understands the order and assumes the position.
Yeah. I'm sure you're finding this deeply frustrating, Rock, and under normal circumstances, I would not ask this of Skia, and I know you can take care of yourself, but knowing she's there with you will help me sleep better at night.
Oh, she's already been watching after all of us, to be honest, so it's not that. I'm annoyed, and not entirely sure who to be annoyed at right now.
Unfortunately, all the people we should be annoyed at are dead, so it's very hard to
Oh,
be
there are
angry
spells for that.
at. New quest.
New quest and new multi-class. Rock the Necromancer.
Rock goes necromancer just so that he can have a conversation with his great-grandparents.
Yup.
Yeah.
Love it. I respect that.
I will bring them
encourage
back from the dead and kill them myself.
Aisling, would you please ask Unsen to join us?
that. Yeah, we're chill now. Yeah.
Were
Oh.
you not chill before?
Well, I kind of came in and then there was a whole
Oh,
thing, but it's cool. It's cool.
I've met Unsen. It makes sense, actually.
Alright.
Unsen,
Says
famously
Skier.
unchill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that coming from Skier, who's like rips out a knife at the slightest noise in a
The
corner.
slightest.
Unchill is not one flavour.
Yeah.
There are
It was
it's
a shade.
spectrum of unchill.
Yeah.
In this room, there is a smorgasbord of unchill flavors.
Yeah.
Choose. I'll stick my head
amazing.
out the door. Unsaid. Bye.
She's standing exactly right. You kind of stick your head out the door and kind of that,
Ah.
and she's literally where you left her, like standing guard with her glaive.
Hey,
Aisling,
Hey.
hello.
you can come in now. I
Oh,
actually want
thank
to chat to
goodness.
you about stuff.
She steps through the door and she kind of looks around and you see she's kind of reacting to that spell. You have a very powerful spellcaster among you. And
Ashley
then-
wafts it away like a cobweb. Like,
Yeah, we do.
Um,
We do. He's pretty amazing, actually. Anyway, thank you for warning us about Campbell.
it is
Well,
my
about
honor.
the non-Campbell, Campbell.
It is truly
Shamble.
my honor, Lord
thank you,
Iskarok.
thank you, Theo.
Oh, my name is Rock. Please. Chill, as apparently we are supposed to be doing.
Campbell kind of smiles. He goes, Unsen, if you would relay to my brother and his friends, all of whom can be trusted, everyone in this room is here to support and help you. What you know. She kind of snaps to attention and first off, thank you for welcoming me into your home. I know that I am a stranger in these lands and I am deeply and profoundly grateful for this opportunity to ask for your assistance.
Unsen, sorry, quickly. Would you like a cup of tea or a drink? You seem very
I-
uptight.
I am perturbed, my lord, and rightly so. First off, I am here both as an ally of your sister, the Lady Campbell, and I am here representing my church. I am frightened that there is a deep-seated corruption within the church, that several members of the higher echelons have lost their way or been misguided. I represent Guiding Flame Charles Axchel. He should have been the High Seat, the Dragon Speaker. In my opinion, not Matrim Risford. However, Matrim took the seat, and ever since I have noted several of my brothers and sisters of the cloth acting distant or losing sight of our duty to be the strength that the people cannot be for themselves, to guide those who are lost and to show the rigors and presence of our great dragon who guides us all. Initially, I thought maybe it was just my sourness at my chosen representative not achieving the goal that they so rightly deserved. However, I've noticed that finances are being funneled into the wrong places. Actually, I say me, my cohort, Questing Blade, Ardim Chalice, has noted funds being funneled in the wrong place. And there's even whispers of people going missing from congregations. I do not want to point fingers, but I am deeply concerned that Matrim Risford's leadership has allowed something evil to take hold of the church.
Speaking of pointing fingers, you mentioned several of the higher members you were suspecting. Exactly who?
I think possibly Guiding Flame Theodore Hall, Guiding Flame Thyrix Gra, and I will, if you ask me to remind me later, I can send you these names because there's some weird spellings.
Thank you.
Yeah, those are some D&D spellings there.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
And
is there any particular reason?
They're Questing Blades and several clergymen working under them. Ardrim Chalice is a brilliant man, and I have never had doubt to trust his veracity or his intelligence. And he sees things that I do not. I am but a weapon of the dragon and a shield on my church's arm. I go where they cannot because it is better for me to do so. But when he said that there was a problem, I had to follow up. And then something strange happened, and it relates to, and she points at your sword, Rock.
What?
Charl Axchurl had a vision that the Fang of Navarra had been recovered, and that we had a new seeking blade.
Well, yes.
Are you him?
I'm Rock.
I mean,
yes, I am the seeking. Well, I guess in name, yes, I suppose so.
She immediately goes to one knee and pulls her blade off
God.
and offers it towards you. Then in the name of the great Eastern Dragon, I pledge my blade to you and your goals. You have been named.
Okay, no, that's great.
In a vision that you will guide us back to the light.
Okay, let's not get carried away. But thank you. I do appreciate that. Please get out, please.
Those with passive insights, above 15, can pick up that Cambor is fucking amused by this.
Watching him squirm.
No, I do. I absolutely appreciate that, and I think we'll definitely need your help. But it's more of a kind of honorary title. It's really it's fine. No need for the bowing and stuff.
There is no honorifics. A seeking flame is only ever chosen by the god himself. Even Matrim Risford cannot deny your position.
What? Why? Wait. So this is something that he would be aware of?
I do not know if he possesses the same skills as my guiding flame, but I know that others have had similar visions. The His Grace, the great dragon itself, has let us know that you have returned. That you will lead us back to the light. That you will unify our church under a cause that is worthy.
I mean, we're still planning things, and so let's, we'll just take it one day at a time, I think. But it's kind of nice to know that he can't, deny that I have some power over him. That's pretty cool to know. That may come in handy.
While I live, he shall not touch you, my lord.
Okay, I've got skier. It's fine. But just if we, do you know what we need to? On that note, if you want to protect me and us, I think we need to try and keep it really low key so nobody suspects. So we'll need to stop all the kind of bowing and stuff, and we'll just keep it very low key, like you're just here as a undercover friend. So we'll just go with that. Yeah.
I think it's fine when you're in the house. No one else can come in.
Yeah,
I think I wouldn't.
Yeah, bowing.
Walls
leaving,
unseen.
entering
You
the
may
room.
act as
No,
you wish.
you know what? It's so easy to forget. Then I think we'll just go ahead with it all the time.
Campbell mutters from
Anyway, that's.
Telepathically, I think everyone gets from Campbell. It's like, I am so glad that other people are going through what I've had to for the last 2 weeks.
But that's very interesting to know, and I mean it's good to know that there are still people like you in the church that have some kind of moral compass. And our potential allies, which is good to know, because it's hard to know, I guess, if something like that has infiltrated the church, how widespread it is. Oh yeah, you should probably not trust too many people with that information, by the way, because...
I have been advised by both my Guiding Flame and my fellow Questing Blade that I should only mention it to allies that I trust implicitly. And I trust your sister implicitly, for she helped me in a very sticky position before. I simply made it easier for her to talk to people at court. That's all. Yes, it is a very difficult thing to do, to get people to listen to you when you are not a member of the court.
I mean, it's difficult when you're not a member of anything, but... do they know that you suspect them of some wrongdoings?
I have done everything I can to conceal my concerns, and I have only talked to people I've trusted. Millie signs from just over her shoulder, probably.
Sorry. I'm guessing they all know. Okay, well that's good. Any other information that you wanted to share with us? Is that it?
At your earliest convenience, I would like to arrange a meeting with you with the Guiding Flame. I believe that we have rather than returning to the Empire, maybe I can arrange for a meeting at another church. He could come out as a mission.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And you can see that she's wrestling with not using the word heathens. Do the people
You
of
couldn't
Clouds
say
Kern
heathens.
do the people of Clouds Kern worship the great dragon?
I mean, it's a very diverse city. I'm sure there's somewhere.
There are, that most of the temples in this city are shared amongst the 12, rather than dedicated like they are in other places, just simply because Clouds Kern is such a melting pot. But the worship of the dragon is one of the more popular ones in the city.
Well, I shall relay that. So we'll pick one. We'll pick one of the temples that is suitable, and we can do it there.
perhaps he could come and meet Rebecca to reaffirm religious relations between the Empire and the Free Nations. Says Campbell helpfully.
Sure. Yep. I mean, if that's what people like that do, then yeah, totally.
She
Can it not be
slowly
like
stands up in her plate. It's like
this week?
It will take some time, and my guiding flame will take some time to get here, and I need to make sure it is done safely. But
also, we have some plans, so yeah, we'll work it out.
At your leisure, please keep me informed, and I will remain with you as you need. And as she sort of like clambers up to her feet and kind of looks a little like, don't know what to do with myself, and she just settles on Skia and she goes, I see you, Sister of the Blades, and I welcome your presence.
Thank you. So you're not like mad at me for attempted assassination or...
I am inclined to believe, from what I have been told by Campbell, and I am sensing here, that if you were genuinely attempting to execute our current emperor, one, you would have succeeded, and two, these individuals would not have you in their company.
Rock's going to just turn immediately towards Skia and just go, you tried to do what?
No try. There is only do.
Nice.
All right, thanks.
I
Fine,
won't...
I think someone sees me.
Sorry, yeah. I won't... Unson, for appearance's sake, I think perhaps it's better you remain part of my retinue for now. Although I will keep Rock abreast of what is going on and relay to you anything that's pertinent for your mission. I appreciate that, Lady Campbell. And I appreciate that you are on a quest of great importance at the moment. The very fate of the world is at stake. And if there is any place that my glaive can assist you, please do not hesitate to call upon me.
I'm sure we will. That's much appreciated.
Sorry. Ski's just going to do like a secret dancer signal. Because I'm trying to work out if she just recognises that I'm a dancer, or if she's like, bitch, me too.
Does this seem like someone that's...
I mean, she doesn't seem like it, but she keeps talking.
Cover.
I love that.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, go for it. Either she's a brilliant actor... And...
Yeah.
Fucking youth pastor coming over here.
Like,
Yeah.
And you're like,
I mean,
you want me?
Look at Skia. Would you really think she was capable of, like, secrets and all that stuff?
No,
Yeah.
completely wash it. From her perspective, you're just tapping your shoulder.
Sweet,
you're
cool.
Yeah, she's just like,
Okay.
doesn't even flinch.
So when she says, I see you, sister, is she saying she recognises me as a dancer, or she recognises me as a...
She recognises you as a... I think your passive insight.
As a wanted criminal.
No, I think she recognises you as a fellow warrior. And like the way that you kind of tried to handle her, the way that you tried to defend Rock, and I think she's kind of like... It may not even be that she's worked out you're a dancer, it's just that...
You're just bros.
You're just like... Yeah, you're a fellow warrior, and you're
Real
on
recognise real.
her team. So.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Alright, sweet. Okay, cool. Yeah, that makes sense. I was just getting a bit like, wait, am I missing something?
No.
She just sees that I'm cool, like her. It's fine.
Yeah.
Bro,
are you cool or you're not?
I mean, she's totally a narc, but she's...
Deacon. She's a knock.
Do you even stab, bro?
Campbell kind of looks around and goes, well, if there are no immediate concerns that we need to address, perhaps
Oh no.
Well, I mean, there are several immediate concerns that we need to address,
One or
but
two.
I really could do with settling into my rooms at the Citadel. Would you all?
Are you sure it's safe for you to stay there?
I mean,
Stay here if you want.
I'd love to, but I think it would
Oh,
look
you best
slightly
ask Eugene. It's his house.
Stay in my room if you want.
I appreciate that, Aisling. Thank you. I think it's best that I show publicly in the right way that I am present. Otherwise, people will become suspicious, and that will lead to problems.
Okay.
Fair. Do you think maybe I can send Unson with you? Stay up there with you?
Oh, I'm going to keep Unson with me for the time being.
Okay, no, that's good.
I don't think telepathically you receive, because I don't think you're ready for dealing with Unson on a regular basis at the moment.
Just go, oh no, I'll kill her. But no, I think I do think you should just have some protection as well. I mean, if Rebecca's there, I'm sure you'll be fine. But we saw what happened with the Embers infiltrating everywhere, so even she's not safe.
I believe that she's being triply cautious at the moment. So, apart
I
from
would imagine.
a few awkward questions that you'll have to go through, Unson, I believe that you are better off with me at the moment up at the Citadel. If this place is less secure...
I can let Rebecca know that Unson is coming with you, if that will help.
I think that will smooth things over. You are welcome to come with me if you wish. You're always welcome. If not, I need to make an official arrival, as it were. And I probably need to replace the missing members. I'd like to explain what's happened to the missing members of my team.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's not your
I
fault.
had to do that.
Yeah. On the upside, we know a lot more than we did at the beginning of the day.
Some might say too much.
Right. With that, she gets up and gathers her things. Millie and Unson kind of fall into place with her.
I think Rock will go and give Campbell a proper big hug before she leaves the room, like just proper, like longer than usual kind of hug. And not say anything, but just give her a hug, and then
I think
he's also going to just
go. Yeah, she leans into it. She's like, she needs it.
and I'm just going to sign to Millie and just say, just make sure you're there for her.
And she says, she kind of points to your friends and says, don't hide your feelings from them. They need to help you as much as you need help. Almost like she grew up.
Rock is literally just going to roll his eyes at her.
She kind of reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
Oh, I'm going to step back.
Yeah, and
I step in front.
and hands it to Eugene. And it is a book on Imperial Sign Language.
Oh,
Cool.
thank you.
And she signs something
No,
in
don't do that.
Campbell. Campbell translates. She signs. She says, "He likes having secrets, but I would quite like to be able to talk to all of you. You seem very, very cool."
I'm just going to sign. They're not.
Oh, wait, I can't tell. I don't know what you're saying.
We're just going.
Yeah.
Curious. I mean, Rock knows this and it's just a bit of flavour. Rock knows that when telepathically he talks to Millie, because you can still telepathically talk to Millie, she responds in pictures and images as well.
Cool.
So, which took Campbell and Rock a while to figure out how to translate, but they can talk to her. that way as well.
Sorry,
Wait, could I use comprehend languages to understand sign language?
Ooh. Yeah, is it particularly verbal languages or written languages? It's one of those things I think falls behind.
Yeah,
between
see
the
what
spell
it's-
gap.
Oh wait, hang on. Yes, I think it would be up to your discretion because it says you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any written language you see.
I would, under those circumstances, I think the intent would mean that it would cover. I think
That's
wizards would have
awesome.
not. Any wizard worth their salt would not have left out any form of sign language from that. I think it translates intent rather than. But yeah.
But I guess
Yeah,
that
because
doesn't-
if you're getting the meaning from visual or from audio,
Yeah. It's
Then
more
I would imagine it's
communication
about-
rather than speech, I
Yeah.
suppose.
exactly, yeah.
I would say yes. I would argue yes. I think you probably find a few translators use that as a shortcut if they don't have that opportunity. Campbell smiles at you all. I am really glad to see you all well. I am really pleased that Rock has you all. I'm deeply sorry about everything that you are having to deal with on our behalf. And I will do
It's
everything
another
in
day
my
at the office, really.
She smiles.
It's not Eugene's
Point.
first day anymore, baby.
Eugene's just glad it's not his family causing the drama.
Yeah, I mean, I think that these lot through enough of my family drama. It's only fair that I return the favour.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be, a Revorcus situation if we didn't try and one-up somebody. So,
Wow.
You wonder why I left.
I will do everything in my power to aid your mission, and anything you need of me, you just need to reach out. But I'll see you shortly anyway, I'm sure. Try not to drink the whole of Tythig Perb's collection of wines, Rock. I know he's very generous, but there are limits.
I
he will
brought a
find
case
them.
from New Doan, so if I want to drink it, I shall.
Is that the really nice
He
stuff?
just
that
takes
we...
one out of his hands. You don't need to hold two at a time, Brock.
Is it...
Really? Well, I'm going to say that to you the next time with your knives.
You can try and take them out of my hands.
And on that
Oh my
note,
God.
she says, I will see you soon. If you need me, I'm at the Citadel. And yes, Rock, probably best that when we're meeting in future, we talk telepathically first, just to ensure that we are who we say we are.
Yeah, I'm starting to understand why Aisling doesn't trust anyone she meets.
With that, she makes her way back into the city.
And I will use one of my male birds to let Rebecca know
Cool.
that Campbell's on her way with Millie and with Unson.
Amazing. And I think that is a good place for us to take a break. 10 minutes, I think, about 5-2, if that's okay for everybody. Go and stretch, grab a drink, and we will be back to continue the fallout of these particular events. See you shortly.
Bye.
And we're back. Hello, lovely people. I have missed the voguing whilst I count down.
I missed it
one
too,
week off.
because I've not been able to do it for like a week.
Or as we're calling it this week, vaguing.
The vaguing,
Yeah.
yes.
So I can't move much because I had surgery. So it's called vaguing now.
It's called vaguing now. So, before...
Also, I think I can just hear Boba vaguing in the background.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, bless her.
Pretty much.
Before our break, our four friends dealt with the fallout of the revelation that Rock is actually first in line to the Imperial throne.
No big deal.
And that the Church of the Eastern Dragon is deeply corrupted internally, probably due to Matrim Risford, a character who they have all encountered at least once in their adventures. Campbell has left the house to safely make her way back. You notice that she kind of covers up as she leaves again in that way that she was disguised before. She's still looking a little rough, probably a little more weighed down than when she arrived. She does leave the memory sphere with all of you for the moment because it's safer. Probably safest in this mansion than anywhere else. Although I think she probably does incline to believe that you guys should keep it on your persons. Just in case. And quiet sort of returns to the house. Leaving the four of you standing around looking at each other.
So, this was fun.
So what flavour was your ice cream, Ashley?
Mint chocolate chip, but I combined it with a peanut butter, and I thought it was going to be gross, but it was actually really, really good.
That sounds
Yeah,
great.
what's all
Nice.
this about then? I had a nice time, and you guys didn't. Weird. How strange.
Wait, did you plan this?
Why do you seem smug?
No. Yeah, this whole
Well,
incredibly complex conspiracy has been just for my gratification.
Ashling in the past has had a couple of unfortunate events
Couple?
before her, during which time we haven't been having a terrible time. I mean, to be honest, it's mostly Eugene, come to think of it.
Yeah, normally me and Rock, right, would be kidnapped or see some heinous, horrible dismembering of people or something like that.
Yeah,
Eugene goes on dates and shit and meets hot people.
yeah.
Oh, nice. Where are you meeting these hot people, Eugene?
Well,
That's
Can
what
you
you
take
take
me
from
that?
that.
Yeah,
I mean-
love that.
well, one of them was Gree, you know.
Oh, okay.
but
I mean,
the
very,
other-
Very pretty.
very
He's
pretty.
very
What?
pretty, alright.
Well,
So
he's all
pretty.
right. I mean, anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, so Ashling's quite thrilled that she didn't have a miserable time this time, I think.
I mean, I'm really sorry for all of this horrible trauma and everything, Rock, and this must really suck, and you're being... And
I mean, I
Spear for
can
being
see you're
framed
cut
and
up
stuff,
about the
no.
fact that my sister was attacked. I can see you're desperately upset by that. Don't worry.
I mean,
it's fine.
I am, but I'm also kind of buzzing that I got to have a nice time. Sorry.
How are you feeling, Rock?
Yeah.
Honestly, I have no idea.
Okay.
That's okay.
I am annoyed. I am genuinely just a little confused as to what I should feel, and I'm not sure what I am feeling right now, because this is a lot.
Yeah.
But it also feels... It's not just a family revelation. This has, massive impact in terms of other people and also putting everyone here in danger, and I don't really know what the answer is supposed to be, or what the best thing to do is, or I don't know. So I honestly don't know.
Okay.
Yep.
I can
That's
work
okay,
with
though.
unsure. Can I ask you a hypothetical question?
Can I stop you?
Yeah, I won't ask it if you don't want.
No, it's fine.
I know it's a lot, but just if hypothetically I could just say a thing, do a thing, and wash your hands of it, you being like the next heir ruling the empire. Oh, you don't have to do it. It's not your job. Would you take that?
Yes. I have no interest in being the emperor or heir to anything in the empire. It has never appealed to me. I hate the politics of court. I can't stand the bureaucracy, the fakeness, the people
But
pretending they like each other when they're trying to stab each other in the back, or sometimes quite literally.
If you were in charge of that, you could change it.
I'd be terrible.
would you?
I don't know that that's
Yeah,
true.
you need someone who is not afraid to be disliked. You need someone who will make the difficult decisions, and that's not me. I'm not cut out for it.
Hey,
I
if you
tell
can
stories.
keep me and Eugene alive for this long, you can sort out an empire.
To be fair, it's been pretty close a lot of times, and largely nothing due to me keeping you alive. You've kept yourselves alive. Anyway, it's not like I'm going to be keeping people alive. I would literally be a figurehead that sits there and everyone else runs around doing things while you fill out the admin, and it's just, there's nothing about it that appeals to me. I have no interest in being emperor.
We're not trying to convince you to do it. We're just saying, what if you did end up doing it? Like Eugene said, you'd be the top. So anything you don't like about it, that's the best place you can be to change it.
This is
can I
the
just-
empire. It's genuinely not as simple as the emperor says, I want to change something and it happens. In fact, it's quite the opposite. There are so many levels of bureaucracy and circles of court and blah, blah, blah that I suspect that's probably part of the problem, is that actually the emperor has no real power anyway.
Why can't it just work like a food chain, like it does out in the wild where it should be? It doesn't make any stupid sense.
No, it doesn't.
Theo, did you
sorry.
have something you want to add in there?
I was just going to say that in my experience, it's those who are the most reluctant to lead that are often the best leaders.
True.
I remain unconvinced.
Okay.
Look, I'm sorry.
Also, it's not going to happen.
Okay, can I just need to get this out, so I know how to handle going forward. Because if you don't want this position, if you don't want to do it because you're scared, you're unsure of yourself, you don't believe in yourself like the way the three of us and lots of other people believe in you, we can work with that. If you don't want to do it because you can't be bothered with the politics, I can't work with that. And the reason you don't like the politics is because they don't affect you. You can come and go as you please. You can check on your sister when you like. A giant imperial ship comes and brings her. People in the Empire don't have that. So I need to know whether you will care for them or not.
But that's the problem, is that the Empire's people are not the reason I left. It's because of what is the entire system. You're talking about trying to I mean, it's just like it's even laughable to consider reforming the empire. That would take literally generations, and
So it's not worth trying?
well, no, I'm not saying it's not worth trying, but it's not the people that are the problem. It's the politics and the system that has been built up over generations.
No, but it's the people who
but
are
it's
affected.
the people who have to deal with it.
And it wouldn't
Yeah,
be
People
just
who
on
have
that's
you.
like
true.
no choice, who
Like-
just happen to be born there.
And it wouldn't. It's not
True.
all on you. Like, I don't know. Can we co-empire with you?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Can we help?
I'll be your.
As much as I kind of find that idea partly terrifying and partly intriguing, I don't think that that's a practical solution. But then at this point, I don't know what is. So maybe. Let's
you
go
could-
with maybe.
You could build a court, or like some sort
Yeah.
of the system. Like, oh my god, we could have our own 13 seats.
Or make it into a republic. Vote them in.
Yeah.
Even better.
Okay, so here's the question then. Skier, you're an Empire kid.
Yeah.
So we're not the first people who've not liked the way the Empire works. Why do you think no one has done that before? Why do you think no one has transformed it into a republic or made these changes?
I don't know. They didn't
Does
want
that mean it should stay like that forever?
No, but it's not because there weren't people who cared.
Yeah, but
It's
there,
because
there may have
it
been
is-
people who cared, but they may not have had an opportunity.
None of them
People
were
who
you.
are in power are the people who want the status quo to stay exactly the same way it always is and has been, because that serves them. People who want change are not the people who have the power to change it.
Because why would they?
Unfortunately, that's one of the things that worries me, though, is that even if the Emperor tomorrow decided that they wanted to change everything, there are so many people who want to keep the status quo.
Skill sort
People
out.
with a lot of power and a lot of money and a lot of history and a lot of everything.
And a lot
that
of organs
I
that Skier can
genuinely-
sort out.
I don't. And a lot of blood, which I'm sure Skier will find out. That I don't really know. I don't know how it could change without many people being willing to give up the status quo, and that's a lot to ask.
Overnight, yeah.
Eugene, as an outsider who's now seen an intimate part of the Imperial history for the first time, could you roll me a history check?
Sure.
Yeah, don't make me start on New Doan either.
Oh!
I
I love this anarchist socialist stuff that we're imposing on the Empire.
26.
Such joy.
The Empire was formed on the idea of unifying people after the terrifying and destructive rule of the Dragon Lords, where people were used and ground under heel and by powerful magic users who bonded dragons to them as weapons. The revolt, the thing that formed the Empire, and you've seen this, came when the Dragonborn could no longer stand to watch their fellow mortals suffer. The ideals that forged the Empire were good. It's the corruption that's come along later with power that's caused the problem.
I mean, isn't that what the Empire was formed for? Like, if there can never be any change, then there wouldn't have been an empire in the first place. The Empire was supposed to unite people. It's
Well,
only
exactly.
because of a corrupt few that it's become the way it has. So surely
But you see that
it
I'm
is
not
possible.
convinced it's a corrupt few. The Empire was created with fantastic ideals, but it very quickly, just by a couple of people, by the hands of a couple of people, degenerated into what we have now, which is just oppression and inequality all over the place. And there are so many people who benefit from that I just don't know how you would change it. I'm not saying you shouldn't try.
Well, you don't even want to try.
But it's one person doing that
It's
is...
not one.
Well, that's what it feels like right now, because you're all talking about, if I did this, suddenly everything's going to change.
Okay,
And
if we did this, would you still not be willing to come with us and try and change this?
Well, we're already changing things. And we haven't...
Yeah, I
First
know.
of all, we
So
haven't...
why would we stop? We're doing a great
We've
job.
got to save everything first before the sky shield collapses, before we
Okay.
can even consider that.
We're not saying you start a revolution tomorrow. We're just saying, like, don't write it off. We'll go with you.
I don't need a yes. I think we're just asking for not a no.
I don't know. I have never considered it.
That's fine. A don't know is fine.
At most, my thoughts, even if I'd stayed in the Empire, would have been that I was a second to my sister and would have essentially been keeping her safe, which is pretty much what I've always done. So it's never been a consideration of mine. Even if I'd stayed, I would never have led the house. She would. We're a matriarchal society. So it just feels weird to even think about it. It's not something I would have ever considered.
Of course it feels weird.
It's a lot. And
but
I'm
like-
sorry. I don't want to put pressure on you. I just
No,
I
Ski, you
don't
made like a well good point about
want
like what your intentions are, whether it's the politics or whether you're genuinely not okay with it.
yeah. I just don't want to let myself have hope if there is none.
There's always hope. That's why the dance has existed.
Just think about it, Rock, okay?
And here, have another bottle. You're getting empty.
Smart.
I'm not going to say this again, so enjoy it while it happens, Skia. But you are right. There are more things to consider than just whether I want to do it or want to even put my head up, because there is no guarantee that even if I stood up and proved that I was the heir, that I would be accepted even by the people, let alone by the courts. So there are no guarantees, but you are right. It's not just about what I want. But I don't want to be emperor.
I don't think anyone's suggesting that we do or say anything about this anytime soon, but
Oh, hell no, you are
time
not ready.
may come when
I'm not ready.
the
I mean, I'm
time
not. I don't want to, but...
the time may come when you are the only one who can stop someone terrible from taking the throne.
Well, there's a lot of water to cross between then and now, so... So, yeah.
Ashley's gonna give Rock a hug, please.
Same. Group hug.
Yeah! Eugene, get in here! Alright, we're all gonna put you in a proper squeeze. Proper
Yeah.
weighted blankets of style squeeze.
Arcane hand him, Eugene.
Yeah. All you can hear is Rock just going, oh, for goodness sake, get off me.
Shut up!
You didn't like the bowing. This is what you get.
Eugene, can you cast silence on this twat, please, while we hug him?
Stop ruining it.
Oh my god, she is very uptight. I mean, bless her. She seems very well-intentioned, but wow, she's uptight.
Who, Unsen?
Yes.
I was
There
just
was a
checking.
lot of formalities and religious stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, she
Also,
is a
I
member of the
felt-
church.
I know. I was
Yeah, I know,
a bit
it's
embarrassed
weird,
when she said, "Do they have a temple here?" I mean, I know there are temples, but I've never been to one. I thought if I told her that, she might just behead me on the spot.
Yeah.
No, she just pray for us. It's fine.
Oh, good. Good. I love it when people say that to me.
I'll pray for you.
Yeah, we should take her out drinking. No, that's a terrible.
my
idea.
God.
No.
No, also, she's supposed to keep secrets. I have the feeling after a few drinks, she'd be telling everyone anything.
But that could be fun.
We'll take her out evangelizing.
Oh, God. You can take her out.
I'll be very, very bad at that.
Ugh.
I don't know. You keep telling people about our Lord and Saviour Alabaster.
Hey, now, I tell them as a flex. I don't want them to do anything.
Speaking of which, have you phoned home lately?
Yeah, I did it this morning. Oh, wait, did I? Shit. Oh, okay, I did. Good.
Sorry, it's very hard to tap my mic whilst my cat was dismounting. Yes, you. It's still the same day that you came in,
Okay, cool,
and
I couldn't-
Skia offered to stab Clementine for you.
That's right. I couldn't remember whether it was the same day as Clementine possession or not, so...
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Very long day.
Wow,
Oh,
has it been
And
a long day?
It's probably only around midday, to be fair.
No.
Christ.
Wow.
We already had the fight and all that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
it's
nap
only
time,
around midday.
lads.
I think it is around this time that the door opens and you can hear. I don't know. Have you still got the spell up at the moment? Probably have, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't hear. Yeah.
Yeah, it lasts 24 hours.
I think it's one way, isn't it? They can't hear you, but you can hear them. So you can probably hear the door open.
Sound. It just says sound can't pass through the barrier.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so no.
No.
Noise cancelling
Oh.
headphones.
Okay, don't worry. Nothing happens. You're fine. No.
No wonder when Ashley walked in, there was such an awkward silence. It was like an awkward silence.
Yeah.
The door. You do see the door. One of you probably sees the door open, and in walks Evelyn and Valindra, both coming in, chatting away together. At the moment, not seeing you because you're obscured slightly because of the magic.
Can I very quickly whisper to these guys, like, okay, what are we allowed to say? What are we not allowed to say? Quick.
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, I have no clue. I lost track hours
I think it's
ago.
safe to assume we probably don't say anything about the whole emperor thing.
Yeah, keep that
Oh,
still.
yes, God, no,
Okay.
don't say anything about that.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But I mean, other than that, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's okay.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
What do we say
I think
about
that's
the
probably
fucking-
the one thing.
What's the excuse for the big old blob of silence that we're in right now?
Well, they know we had
This
sort of things to talk about.
Okay.
You dismiss it.
You're going to counterspell your own spell. It counterspells your counterspell.
No, I'm just going to stop concentrating.
The spell
Fighting with
drops,
yourself.
and you can hear Valindra saying to your sister, "And I'm certain that you and Gree have it under control, but I wouldn't be your mother if I didn't express some concern. But I am really pleased that you came to me about this rather than hiding it, because that will..."
He's in here!
They both stop and turn and look.
Hi.
Why are you all... First off, hello, welcome back. It's really lovely to see you. Why are you all standing around in the middle of the room?
Ashling immediately.
Well, we were just
sits.
talking to my sister, and they've just left.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, come in, have a seat. I am, and I'm going to sit down in the
Yeah,
comfiest chair.
Ashling immediately sits the second that they're standing is mentioned. Like, what? Nope, not me.
Quick, act like a normal person.
Act natural.
Valindra puts down a couple of bags, of what's clearly some local shopping and things like that. I don't really know what all this is, says Evelyn, but I've got a bakery to run. I was just helping Mum drop off some of the shopping, so yeah, bye. Love you.
Bye.
Wait, did you leave any cakes?
Yeah, Ashling's urge to do what dogs do and go through the shopping bags is through the roof.
I think Belinda comes in. She has such good honed mother instincts. She probably hands Aisling a small bag of sweets or something.
Hell
And
yeah.
probably throws one to Eugene as well.
Thanks.
Rocks just like that.
Aisling, make sure you share.
Here, Rob, but you can't take the red ones, the black ones, the green ones, or the yellow ones.
Then keep them.
Okay.
She wanders in and gives Eugene a big hug. It's lovely to see you. Your aunt sends her love. We went for tea this morning. I caught her on the way in. So, and she turns and she goes, formal introductions. Hello, Skia. We didn't actually get to talk when you were on Parshkix Island.
We didn't. Pleasure to meet you.
It's lovely to meet you too. I've heard nothing but positive and glowing things about you.
Oh, then they were lying.
Not from me.
Such a good response.
Sorry, that was very rude of us not to introduce Skia. It's sometimes I forget that she hasn't just been here forever.
Yeah, thanks.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm used to it.
Oh,
Not in a bad way. I'm sorry.
This all looks very serious. Do you need some space? I can go and make some tea.
No, we could definitely do with a distraction.
mhm.
Okay.
Tell us
in
something
which-
funny and silly and nice.
Yeah.
I get to go home soon, legally.
Cool.
And I
Cool.
can take my husband if I want to, and if I feel that brave.
If you want to.
That's cool.
Oh my god, Theo's face. That was fucking brilliant. I'm sorry.
Shit, I missed it. No.
Oh, that was absolutely brilliant.
That was definitely Eugene's face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally.
So that's amazing news. And my mother is going to be the new ambassador here in Cloudscan, which is... I'm thinking on that one still, but it'll be lovely to be able to spend some time with her.
Okay.
Oh, she can stay over every time she's in town.
No, she really can't rock. She can stay in ambassadorial suites where she is well set up, and I can have my space and continue to do so. I love my mother to pieces, but the two of us are too much alike, and too much time in each other's presence gets complicated.
Fair.
Though it will be lovely to spend time with her and Pear, who I have missed dearly. So, back from New Dawan, already causing stirs in the city, I presume? Already upsetting the status quo?
Well, I did put
No.
mint choc chip with peanut butter, and that did rustle some feathers, so I don't want to brag or anything.
Really controversial.
And I would
Did
expect...
you say it rustled some feathers?
Yeah, it rustled them. They're very dry feathers.
Oh, Aisling, I've completely missed your wonderful view of the world.
Thanks.
There was a kerfuffle down in Lowtown this morning. Wouldn't be anything to do with you four, would it?
No. Ah! Not me.
No, actually, being that it was the three of us.
So Eugene's very much like the story that Wayne always says about his mother, who makes him stand, who used to make him stand outside so he could say that he wasn't in to people on the phone.
My mother refused to lie for me. So if somebody phoned and I said to her, "Oh, tell them I'm not here," she would literally make me go and stand outside the front door, close the door, and then she'd answer the phone and say, "I'm sorry, he's not at home."
Technicality.
She made me stand in the bath once. She literally made me go and stand in the bath so that she could say to someone on the phone, "I'm sorry, he's in the bath. He can't talk right now."
Oh my god.
So good.
Oh
love
my
that.
god.
Anyway, back to the three of us.
Yeah, I think with a 25, she probably picks up that at least one of you is lying.
Hey, I'm not. I fucking wasn't there.
I mean, the short version is that a creature replaced my sister, a kind of doppelganger, and pretended to be her, and we found out, and then we had to fight them. And now my sister is at the Citadel with Rebecca.
Oh, she's okay. She's fine. That's good. I like your sister.
She is, yes.
I hate for anything to happen to her.
She had some help, and they kind of warned us, so we got a bit of a jump on them. So yes, and Aisling had ice cream.
Yeah, it was great.
I feel like you got the better end of that bargain, Ashley.
I know it never happens. I never get that. I normally get the end of the stick that's covered in blood and fire, not ice cream.
Fantastic. Yeah, that seems like a much better option. I'm pleased for you. I'm pleased that your sister's well, and I'm sorry you had to go through that. That sounds awful. Is there anything I can look into or help with?
I don't think so. I mean, besides, you're here to see Eugene and Evelyn and just have some...
Well, actually,
downtime.
I'm looking to buy a flat.
Oh.
As we discussed last time we saw each other, I would like to be in Klauskern, but not underfoot as much as I am at the moment. And I think you have a lot of important work going on, and I think Evelyn has her bakery. But I don't think staying on the farm is for me now your father's the only person who occasionally visits. I'd like to be closer to where you're all doing what you need to do, and so I am going to buy a flat here. Your uncle has been helping me find some places between his research, and yes, so Evelyn will be out from under your feet, although I'm fairly certain Kath might actually fight me on that one. But yeah, that's my news. Oh, also, your father is back in the Empire. Something up at the Mystrium, some sort of gala or something. Don't know. He asked me if I wanted to go, and I just couldn't think of anything. No offense, Rock, but I couldn't think of anything more dull.
You've been preaching to the choir. How long is he there for?
I think the event's in a couple of weeks, so he's going to do a tour, and yes, yeah, it's just kind of catch up with a couple of the Bright Blades, and you know what it is. It's kissing the Imperial ring, giving some talks, being shown around, honorifics, etc., etc. Why did you make that weird?
I was fine until Wayne laughed.
Yeah, same.
I'm such a child.
What's the gala you say? What's it made of?
I don't know. Some sort of dedication. I think.
A gala, you say?
I think it's a. Hang on a second, and she kind of she just thinks back. I think it's been an anniversary since we defeated Tharsix, and I think they wanted to celebrate the fact that the Empire is still safe and secure and things. So I guess it's been... How old is Eugene?
20.
So I guess it's been nearly 25 years now. But anyway, Matrim Risford was calling for him to come up and play hero and things like that. And the Emperor Signal was involved, so you know your father, he loves a good party. But he'll be back in a couple of weeks, I'm sure.
It sounds really fun. I think it sounds really fun. Love to go.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, they're very dull.
dull.
I've been to
Is
a
there
couple.
anything to do? Are there any games?
There's all sorts of things. I mean, it's not from my understanding the party that Rebecca threw all of you. Rebecca has a much gentler feel for her people. But there will be gladiatorial games, I'm sure, and engineering displays and electronic development and equipment development, and I'm sure the military will roll out their new skyships and the like as well.
Okay, but do you get
Chris,
to
can I just
play
say-
anything?
Can I send a telepathic message while this conversation is going on with Aisling and Vilindra?
Yeah, of course you can.
I am going to message Eugene and just say, I'm suddenly really uncomfortable with the idea of your father being in the Empire invited by Martin Riskford.
I don't think it's anything. Well, I don't think my father is in danger, if that's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about. Okay,
My
just putting it
concern
out
is
there.
more the nature of the event. Big, showy event commemorating 25 years since Tharsix was.
Yep, lots of
defeated,
military paraphernalia being shown around.
Seems like if something was going to happen, it might happen then.
Okay, good. Not just me being paranoid then. Great. Vilindra, what date did you say the event was?
I think it's a couple of weeks' time. And she's quite insightful, and I think her tone has changed ever so slightly. And I think I'll give Eugene an advantage on an insight check on her, because it's your mum.
23.
23. Yeah, she's read the change of energy in the room, and although she's not directly said it, she knows that you're all hiding something.
Oops.
She is a professionally trained spy. So
Aisling's not hiding shit because she hasn't thought about this.
yeah, Aisling is literally the distraction at this point, but she's sharp
Okay,
enough
cool.
to keep an eye on the other three, all of whom are probably a little bit like this at the
Aisling's
moment
still
to
just
each
like,
other.
but what do you get to play? Like, what do you get to actually do you win prizes, or like, is there a raffle? What kind of thing are we talking about here?
Oh, yes. The Empire is famous for its raffles.
Oh, they're wonderful little village fetes that they do.
Tombola.
Tombolas. Bric-a-brac.
Oh, we love a white elephant in the Empire.
Oh, yes.
Every
Call it a white dragon.
child has fond memories of playing Whack-a-Kobold growing up.
Whack-a-kobold.
Oh, it's-
Throwing a welly through a hole.
Oh dear.
Anyway.
can
Yeah,
I
I've
actually,
got
Brock will,
lots of fun with it.
can I roll for Insight to Vilindra as well? And let me
Yeah,
see if
absolutely.
I can pick up.
Insight that insight.
Oh, no, that's shit.
No.
Oh.
Hang on, let me just check. Where is my insight? No, that's an 11.
No. But Eugene, you know that Vilindra has picked up on the change of energy in this room. But she hasn't said anything yet, which probably worries you more because you're like, okay, this is a later conversation, which means that she has time to think on this as opposed to we need to make a choice here. Well, Aisling, I'm sure there will be children's games, but they change as it's been.
Oh, but then there'll be kids.
I haven't
getting in
been
the way.
on to one of these events since I was pregnant with Eugene and Evelyn. It was the best excuse I ever had to get out of them.
Right. Okay.
You know.
If there's nothing to do, then yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, absolutely. And just a lot of pretending to be pretty arm candy for Alfred.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Well, I mean, you're not pretending to be arm candy. You are.
Rock, you are far too charming for your own good.
No, I'm just saying.
But yes. But yeah, I think he'll be back. He and the Bright Blades, I just enjoy that sort of thing, and I just don't.
Well, actually,
is
like,
Uncle,
on
is Uncle
purpose.
Bud going?
Oh, Tythig excused himself from these things for a long time. In fact, I don't think he's ever been. I think he's heralded as a hero, obviously, but beyond the initial event, he's never really got involved. He's got other things to do. And she kind of... It's his history with the Empire is not... It's not great. He doesn't like to be reminded of what his people lost. So, we'll both be around for company if you do want to talk to a Bright Blade. And trust me, I think you've got the fun ones anyway. Right, well, I'm going to go and unpack and help Kath do some preparation. And I think have I lost people? It's all gone a bit sticky. Nope. Is everybody okay? It's all gone a bit sticky. Yep, Twitch.
Oh, yeah, I can
Okay.
see and hear everyone.
Yep. Okay, cool. Yes, so I will see you at dinner, I presume. And she settles a look on Eugene that you instinctually know is, we will have a conversation about this later, young man.
I don't want to have a conversation. I've got complicated feelings.
Just run away from it.
What's that? Just run away from it. Isn't that right, Rock?
I hate you.
She leaves. I'm just like, so we're going to that gala, right?
Oh,
How? You're wanted quite ferociously and publicly.
put the moustache on,
Both
you'll
of
be
us.
alright.
Yeah.
Put
Yeah,
the
I
moustache
know.
on too.
I don't
Fix
think
it
that'll
all.
work with me.
Why not?
Get you a bigger moustache then.
Yeah, we'll get you a full beard if you want.
Oh, yeah.
God.
I know it's dangerous, but I have such a bad feeling about it.
Well, yeah, me too.
Me too. I don't know if we can or should go or whatever, but the fact that Martin Riskford is intentionally inviting people and his name is associated with it immediately makes me genuinely concerned, especially when your mother mentioned parades of military might. I mean, it's not like the Empire's military might is particularly hidden at other times of year, but there is just something about all of this that makes me very, very, very anxious. But I will say I am perhaps a little on edge today, so, if I'm overacting, please feel free to tell me, but...
It may not even be the gala itself. Maybe it's a distraction for something else.
Oh God,
That's
well, then where do we need to
Yeah.
be?
I don't know, but the timing of this just feels very weird. And like I say, Martin... Matrim? Martin?
Matron?
Martrim.
Matron?
Oh, Martrim.
Him being so actively involved is just a red flag for me. Considering everything that's happened, I would think if he's busy, he would not want to be involved right now. He would have other priorities, which means that there is a reason for him to be involved in this.
Yeah. Oh.
So there's that. Great. Super. One more thing to think about.
Does anyone have any theories on like how we think this is all tied together? Because I just thought it was Empire problem, Worm that Devours problem, Sky Shield problem.
Yeah, so did
now
I
it's
for
like
most of the time.
Well, we kind of know how the Sky Shield and the Worm Devours are linked together because it's the whole chaos thing, isn't it?
yeah, and is it that so that disrupting the shields makes it easier for the worm to come through? Is that right, or is that?
You're not entirely certain yet. The aim of the Worm that Devour, from what your friends have said, has been to get to the 13th seat so that they can basically control the flow of magical and primordial energy from Erevis and back and forth. It would effectively make them a high god. It would make them more powerful than the 12, which would be very, very bad for the world, considering...
And that's what they're trying to do with the tear between the Realm of Dust and Shadows, correct?
That's right, yes. Influence in the world may be supporting that end goal or creating enough problems and drama. Actually, make a religion check, I think, as a group. I know it's all your strong suit, that is.
Oh, I got a nat 20!
Nice!
Oh, go.
What's your modified number?
A 0!
A 0, so nat 20 for a 20. That's cool.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 24.
What am I rolling? Religion?
24. Religion.
Unnatural 20.
An unnatural 20.
14.
14.
Yeah.
14 is respectable. Also, skiers had less time in the trenches on this as well, so I think that makes sense to me narratively. The Worm that Devours is one of the fallen gods, the ones that everybody else, all the other gods, turned on. If there is chaos in the real world, it weakens the attention of his enemies. The other 12 gods would have to focus on problems there. In addition, I think it all occurs to you is like, other than Rock's direct connection and some hints from Brother Moon, there has been very little action from the other gods. Almost like they aren't actively involved at the moment. So that is a worrying concern. If they're not watching the prisons of the fallen gods, it may not just be the Worm that Devours that could be causing problems in the world. And I think you've had that confirmed already. But the question then becomes, where are they and what are they doing?
Sitting on their phone somewhere.
But in terms of the Worm that Devours, yes. Like, ultimately, he doesn't care about mortal kind, but that doesn't mean that he's above using, like, offering power to them to further his own ends. And they may even be deluded enough to think that they would be spared his wrath if he ever broke free.
Classic.
Yeah. I was wondering if it's like the Worm that Devours is like, hey, you help me do this thing, I'll make sure you rule the Empire and you can do what you want with the mortal realm because I don't care.
JK.
Yeah.
Lol.
Yeah.
Lol. You can have the Empire for the 5 minutes that the world stays alive.
And then I eat you.
I didn't say how long. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And we do know that the last time that the Worm that Devours attempted to take the seat was a similar situation. He used the chaos of the war, right? to try and, like, while the Sky Shield spell was being created.
Exactly.
Yes.
And
Okay.
he used an agent at that time as well.
Which is what caused the scattered lands to be so scattered.
Wait. So. Oh no.
Ski's overheating. Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh no, too many strings.
Well, if
Fans have turned on.
if it was a war last time, that was a distraction, and now the Empire's about to be like, hey, look at all our military might. Are they about to declare war?
On what?
The rest of the scattered lands? I don't know.
Fucking hell.
The thing is, they don't even really need a war. And to be fair, the Emperor would have to already be under control for that to happen.
I think he is.
But, well, the thing is, they wouldn't even really need that. All they would need is to sow enough chaos that people are frightened again. It wouldn't have to be a war. It could just be something terrifying. I mean, imagine if an AL appeared somewhere else in the world right now. That would be chaos
Or,
in itself.
Some weird hybrid dragon creatures, for example, were to attack
This is a
and
hypothetical.
terrorize a
Mm-hmm.
town or city.
Or
What a
if I'll,
ridiculous idea.
Oh god.
So that's great. So there's no clear target.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Maybe Campbell knows something about the celebration.
Yeah.
I might have an idea
Yeah.
of how we could potentially get further information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's something I've been thinking about for a while, but I wasn't sure if it would work, if it's entirely ethical. But I've been learning a spell. It's called Dream, and it allows the caster to
Dream?
enter the dreams of someone else. And I was thinking that perhaps we could use it to. Well, it occurs to me that we need more information, and there is someone that I believe may still have questions about what he's doing. Pyron, he's part of this because he's trying to bring back his wife, right? That it's the actions of a desperate man. He's not evil necessarily. And Skia said that he was arguing with the rest of them, or he seemed like he wasn't okay with the situation, right?
Yeah. Chris, can you remind me, or can Skia do like a retroactive insight history of like what it was?
Don't need to be retroactive. I feel like Skia has replayed those moments a lot. And
Yes, she
I
has.
think they are strong enough in her mind that she remembers. She didn't remember. She heard raised voices, which is what drew her attention in the first place. And that's why you left the Chamberlain for a moment to go and investigate. When you got closer, you know that the scene that you encountered, Pyron was in Ashen's face, like properly, like clenched fists. I'm about to swing at you, and I think you remember Ashen being amused by it all, or Dogarth, I should say, if you know him.
Yeah.
And that's when Callie spotted you.
Yeah.
And without even flinching, Pyron summoned those creatures to attack you.
Rude. Yeah. Then, yeah, I think either he doesn't like what they're doing, or they're not giving him what he wants. You know, like keeping him on a leash, like do this and then we'll help you bring your wife back, or whatever it is he's after.
Well, I mean, we did find out that he, up until now, had essentially just people thought he'd gone a little crazy because of the death of his wife. Nobody thought he was evil or particularly turned into a sort of, a criminal. So that's potentially true. But what good does it do being able to enter their dreams?
Yeah.
Well, so this is where ethical concerns may come into question.
I love this.
But
I knew Skia would be loving this scene. They're like, yes.
You had me at ethical concern.
Finally, some fun.
sounds
All right,
juicy,
Astarion, calm down.
Don't threaten Skier with a good time.
So the spell allows the caster to. I mean, it could work in a few ways. I could enter the dream of another and talk to them. Or I can shape the dream and make them see what I want them to see.
What would you want
So-
to see?
So we could either show them something that might make them think that the path they're on is not a good one, or we could sow seeds of doubt and make them sort of turn against each other, or
My thinking was, I feel bad saying it, but I thought maybe we could use his dead wife.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Eugene!
No, it makes sense, didn't it?
I gave
I
him
am
a kiss on the
shocked.
forehead.
Don't encourage him to
Or
be manipulative like that.
No, it makes no
Although I will
sense.
say, I'm very proud of you. That's actually very clever.
or we could just, I could just go as myself and try and reason with him.
Yeah, that's worked really well reasoning with him so far.
I think it should be subtle.
I mean,
right?
to be fair, in your dreams, if you saw something in your dreams, you would be a little more susceptible, I would think. I would imagine it would be my conscience talking to me if I were to see something like that. I mean, so...
God, really? I used to have really weird ones before I stopped being able to sleep.
Yeah, no, not all of them, but if...
Oh, okay.
What if, look, if we can do this in a kind of ethical way.
You can't stab him in his sleep.
No, just a little stuff. No, but could you just go into his dream? Maybe make yourself look like his wife, or at least some sort of resemblance.
Brag.
Like, and seem a little maybe disappointed, and just see how he reacts. You know, a lot of the times people will just say what they're thinking anyway. So then it's not like you're being super manipulative, just a little bit.
This spell, is it very difficult or taxing for you, or is it something that we could potentially do more than once. So maybe, as Skier suggests, plant the idea of his wife and see how he reacts. And then if we find that we think he's susceptible, we could then maybe push a bit further another time. Is that possible?
Yes.
It's like that play, Inception. Sorry, did that not make
I'll
you
just make sure I
remember?
take something with me that reminds me who I am, so I don't get too stuck in the role of Karen's
Yeah.
dead wife.
Like that ancient prophecy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was just thinking about ways that I can make this work, but I think Michelle just wrote it for me.
Oh my god.
I think it's a great
Actually,
idea.
on that, I mean, that's just on that kind of note. Is it dangerous for you to do this? To go into someone's dreams? Is there any risk?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Can't like.
I mean, the
unearth
risk is
who's
that
doing it,
he'll
right?
know that I am casting a spell. I mean, he's a fairly powerful.
Would that not piss him off a little?
There is the
Well, we'd
potential.
imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's already tried to kill 50% of us, so
Oh yeah.
Pretty much all of us at this
all
point.
of us. Then
Yeah.
I think it's
Has
fair.
he tried to kill us directly, though?
He summoned the shadow demons. So
I
indirectly.
mean, other than Skier.
Yeah.
Has he, like, other than that, have we ever fought him?
Yeah, we
He-
have faced off with him in person.
Not directly,
Wait,
no,
hang on,
but
did-
he
Because-
set the trap at the party.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then pissed
Which
off.
you're still not 100% certain whether that was for the council or for you.
Yeah.
Because let's put it away, between him and Cotton, like, there was a setup there.
Yeah.
But I do think he's potentially the weak link in terms of what they want, because he is very clearly trying to bring his wife back in some way. So I guess that does make him the one that is most susceptible to either reason or some kind of, suggestion, whereas the others are purely in it for the power, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, Martin Risk has always been this snivelling little odious creep, but
Ugh, just the worst.
Get him.
power would appeal to him.
Oh.
Okay, so when do we think we should do that?
Oh,
And are we still going to the Albatross after this? I don't know what we're doing anymore.
Oh yeah, shit.
Yeah, we have
Who am
time,
I?
right? We've
I
got 2
don't know who
weeks
I am.
until this gala thing, so we should go to
Oh,
the
that's
Albatross.
true. Yeah, we've got ages.
Oh, we'll smash
Yeah.
it up in 2 weeks.
And I will,
Sleep run. Let's
I
go.
will talk to Campbell and see if she can find out some more information or some more actual details about what's going to be on show or paraded or whatever, so that maybe
Ask
it can
about
give
the
us a better
games.
evaluation. Actually, we're not going to play games.
No, but if they're there already.
And it's good to blend in to know what the games are.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh my god, could we focus on saving the world and not playing games at a carnival?
But
You
if we can do both.
Okay, yes, I see the logic, but anyway.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Right, okay, so I'll find out from Campbell tomorrow about the event and see if we can get some more details. And then in the meantime, we're going to head to the Albatross next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're going there because we think that there is someone there who can help us with the temple.
Uh-huh.
I think so.
Okay, good. Just trying to get all my wyvern in a row.
Also, about
More?
the dream thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking. So I can cast the spell on myself, but I can also cast the spell on someone else, so that they would be the dream messenger person, so it
Actually
doesn't necessarily
points
have
at
to be
Rock
me.
immediately.
And I was thinking maybe Rock might be the best person.
You can
I'm-
sweet
What am I
talk.
going to
You
say
can-
to him?
You,
You're
it
so
Well, you're
doesn't
good at
matter.
telling stories, and you're very
Yeah.
convincing,
Yeah.
and a lot more
Look.
eloquent than I am.
Oh,
I
think
think
you're
because
right.
Eugene's passive arcana is quite high, Rock can also take you all into the dream using his telepathy.
Lads on tour.
it is like
But, okay, who's going to dress up? I mean,
What?
I look nothing like his wife.
It's a dream, Rock,
it's a
right?
spell.
So it's not.
I can
You're
make
not-
you can make yourself look like anything you
Oh,
want.
Eugene, he's looking for an excuse to dress up.
Oh, no, I'm not looking for. Oh my god!
No,
I'm not looking for an excuse to dress up. I
definitely
didn't.
dress
Okay,
up.
I understand
No,
now.
you've
It's a
got
spell.
to.
helps
Okay,
to
Yeah,
get
yeah,
into
yeah, you've gotta
character.
dress
Then
up.
good. Look, I think. Wait, have you used that spell on us?
No.
Okay, just checking. I mean, after your last little revelation, I'm not sure what you're capable of. Your deviousness.
I couldn't use it on ski.
Anyway.
It doesn't work on elves. But
Oh. You can't come say hi in my dream? Oh, okay.
I mean, you sleep ski. That's one of the side effects of what you are. But even though-
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might work.
Oh yeah, I remember somebody tried to wake you up once. Didn't go well. There was blood all over. Anyway, but I do think that's very clever. That's not the thing with me. I mean, the dream thing in general. So as long as we can figure out what it is we're supposed to be doing in there, I think that could work very well.
Mm-hmm.
At the very least, it could plant some seeds of doubt, and that would be good for everything.
or maybe we could find out what they're planning for this gala thing.
Yes, yeah, possibly. Although I feel it would be weird if someone in your dream went, "So, tell me what you're up to over the next." It just feels a little suspicious.
Well, you don't do that as the opener, do you? Come on, you wild here.
Okay, we'll have to workshop the plan then.
Yeah.
I'm not au fait with manipulation techniques in dreams. It seemed to have missed
Bullshit,
that
you're
class
from
at
the
the
Empire.
Yeah,
No,
you know.
shut Good. Okay, no, that's good though. That sounds like a good plan. We just need to figure out timings and when. And
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, first things
although I
first.
suppose we could do that any time if it's a spell. Really, we don't
Could
need
we
to
do it?
Well, we
be
need to
anywhere
be
particularly.
asleep.
No,
No?
You should
but
probably-
I've had a hell of a day and 3 bottles of wine. I do not think it's a good idea to do it tonight.
That's the perfect time to be manipulative, though.
I'm afraid
No.
mechanically I would have to give Rock the poison status for
Oh, yeah,
the rest
right.
of the day.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe
How
not
many
tonight.
bottles of wine have you drunk at this point?
Fucking hell.
It's been an afternoon.
And what do you say? It was midday right now? Okay. all right.
It's probably on for about an hour or so later now, but yeah.
Oh my god.
Mid-afternoon.
Look, there was some hell of a revelations, all right? Yeah, I don't think it'd be appropriate if his wife pitched up and he was trying to figure out why she was slurring in his dream.
Hi, darling, I missed you.
Although that would explain why she's I fucking love you. I love you very much.
Also, if we are going to go down the dead wife route, it might be pertinent to find out some things about her first.
Yeah, very good idea. I mean, first of all, we kind of need to know what she looks like if we're going to pretend to be her.
And
That
what
would
she
be
sounds
rather...
like.
Do
What if
you
she-
have
what if
her
she's got
name?
a really specific accent.
Do we have
Oh,
her
So
name?
that
I'm sure
sounds
she
like-
doesn't. I'm sure she has a perfectly average generic accent.
What if it's a thick German drawl?
It's Bolo. Bolo's back.
Hello, my husband.
Hello, my husband.
My husband, I miss you so.
I mean, that one I can probably pull off. Just don't ask me to do Irish, because then I sound somewhere between Ireland, Scotland, and New Delhi. it's offensive to at least 3 continents when I try and do that accent.
Good job. Good job.
Thanks.
So I think passive intelligence wise, I'm remembering conversations after the revelations at the party, after you figured out that Pyron was working with the Embers, Rebecca had his estate seized and is currently being held by the Tin Hats, by the city guard. So you
Good.
have
So we should be able to find stuff there.
should have several avenues into finding that out, which
Decent.
Is that here in Cloud's Cairn?
it is. It's just
Yeah.
outside Cloudscairn.
Oh.
It's
Break it?
in.
Break it, break it,
Don't
break
need
it,
to.
Beanie, beanie,
We
beanie.
don't need. I mean, we don't need to. If you'd like to, sure. But we can just ask Rebecca to let us in.
Yeah, it's
Draw.
just
Not as
outside
fun.
the East District. For those of you who remember Cloudscairn's layout. He owns.
Okay, good. Right. That sounds like a plan.
Okay. So
But tomorrow.
it's we do all
Yeah.
this stuff tomorrow, and then we go to the Albatross once we have this information.
Well, once we know a bit more about her and what we need to actually do to do this dream thing, then we can decide when we're going to do the dream thing.
I
and
mean,
then
we don't have to do the dream thing. It was just
Nah, it's a great
an
idea.
that
no,
It's a
I
great
think
idea.
that's a great idea because we'll never get a chance to actually talk to one of them face to face. There's no real chance to have a decent discussion. So actually, I think that's pretty ingenious, really.
And it's the best time for his guard to be down.
Mm-hmm. And if it goes well, and if we get him on side, then it's a great way to communicate. If he does turn and join us or whatever, or turn on them.
Yeah, I'm not sure he'd go that far, but I think it's a chance.
But yeah.
Also,
Turn
if
on
it works
them,
really
maybe.
well, we know that potentially we could use it on others to sow doubt or could be our new weapon. Eugene's devious dreams.
Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
I can also
Well,
you can use the spell to deliver sort of a nightmare, which may cause some psychic damage.
Oh my god,
Oh,
Oh my days.
so cool and horrifying.
Eugene, you got
I mean, it's-
scary.
I know.
Darkest timeline
New
Eugene is not as
Duan
far off as we
changed you.
thought, huh?
Yeah.
I
wow.
like it.
Before New Duan, he was all in purples and sort of lavenders. Now he's wearing black. I mean, look, even his hair's changed. It's really
Yeah,
disturbing.
turning into emo Spider-Man gradually.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Right, we have a plan. Murder him in his dreams. Great.
Cool. Yeah, Elm Street him. Let's go.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you sure? Are you okay? Anything else? Any other ideas?
Oh no. That's it.
Okay.
Great, that's good. Yeah. Okay, tomorrow.
So with that plan under your belt and your schemes coming together, you know your next moves, which I think is a great place for us to end today's episode.
Oh my lord.
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Like we spent the whole episode in the dining room being like, wait, what? Who? No, wait, this, yes.
I was totally prepared for that. I knew that would be what this episode was. So
We
that is
needed it.
more the fine. Yes. I mean, to be fair,
Indeed.
I just put a lot of lore on your plate, so
I've written
chance
a lot
to
of shit
dismember
down.
it and have a look is
And I have
pretty
4.5
important.
brain cells today, so.
Yeah.
yeah. Wayne was half asleep when I dropped it on him last week, so bless him.
Oh well, I'm going to have to rewatch these episodes.
Yep. Right. Well, that is it for us for today. But we will be back next week with the what sounds like a plan to go after Pyron Pyrus, which is a long time coming, and I'm excited. I'm really excited to see how this all goes. We have been Some Other Heroes, your friendly queer dungeoneers. Thank you so much to the Lore Mistress and friends for coming in and raiding us. We really do appreciate you joining in the fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to our regular viewers as well for showing up every week and making this such a wonderful,
being
warm
amazing.
community. If you would like to join the community on a more regular basis, or just come and see some of the wonderful, weird and wonderful things that we do and talk about, we have a Discord, which you are more than welcome to come and join. It is a friendly, safe space where people can just be themselves, as geeky as they like, talk queer things, and generally mostly share lots of pictures of cats and dogs and other fluffy animals and memes.
And pretty
And
drawings.
And the memes are choice.
And drawings, that's true.
And
Memes
We do have some
drawings.
super art.
So, that just leaves me to say, Wayne, would you like to tell everybody where you can be found and what you have got coming up?
Sure. You can find me and any of my work and my courses and things at Created by Wayne, which is pretty much on all the socials. I'm just on Created by Wayne, and also the website is createdbywayne.com, and on YouTube too, where my YouTube channel is actually doing quite well. So yeah, do come along. I have my tutorials on there and various other things, and my social. I do most of my time on Instagram, so please do come and say hi, and we can get social, so to speak. That's it. Okay, love you, bye.
Okay, I love you, bye. And Michelle, would you go next, please?
Hi everyone, thanks for joining. You can find me at Feline Trickster on most social media places. And this week I actually have a thing to plug and talk about because I forgot last week. So I'm part of a
I saw this
Kickstarter
the other day. And I was
called
like, I recognise that art.
called Shards of the Artisan. So I'm just going to grab the link so I can pop it in chat.
Hell yeah.
It's a trading card game. It doesn't want to send.
Ooh.
I'll put it in a Discord later.
I'll find it.
Thank you.
Wayne, do the magic.
Do the magic.
Julie,
It's a-
do the
Parts
thing.
of the what?
Shards of the
Artisan.
Artisan.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter. It's a trading card game, but the sets are like independent artists and things. So
Nice.
go check it out. I believe, I don't want to say it because I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like some of the rewards for backing it is one of the artists will draw your character as one of the cards,
Fuck yeah.
Oh wow.
which is very cool. It's very cool. So yeah,
So
That's
guys,
the thing.
We all want like Some of the Heroes characters like in that set, right?
Yeah. Make it canon, please.
Thank you, Michelle.
you're very welcome. I'm just going to refresh and then I think I could put it in the chat, but yeah, that's me.
Yeah,
Thanks
I want
for
to see it. I
watching.
want to see it.
Awesome.
That is really, really cool.
I think
thank you
I've
for sharing.
got it.
Well done,
Thanks,
Theo.
Theo.
Oh,
I
you
got
do.
it just
Thanks.
right. Oh.
Oh yeah, it hasn't
Back
launched
it
yet.
twice.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
Amazing.
launched just yet.
Yeah, and if you
Oh, yeah, not yet.
if you can't afford to back it at the moment, please share, because it is a really great way for artists and creators to get things around. We appreciate that you can't always throw money at everything that we are doing, but every time you share and like things, it really helps us out.
Michelle, did you do all the artwork for this?
No. I just did. It's a bunch of different artists so far.
Oh, yeah, I see one of your. I spotted. Oh, it looks so pretty.
There's only a couple, and I think one is an old piece that I have actually sneak peek actually redone for the official card art. So it's just a placer.
Okay,
at the
I
moment.
followed it. I'm well stoked to see this.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
Very cool. I'm gonna get Theo to go next.
That's me. You can find my artwork at theoblueillustration.com, and there are links there to other places on social media that you can find me. Tomorrow it will be exactly 1 month until the UK release of my graphic novel Homebody, so you can get your pre-orders in if you wish.
Oh my god, 1 month.
I know.
Oh,
What
so
the
soon.
hell?
I'm so excited.
I'll just.
Brilliant. I'm really looking forward to
Wayne's
that.
already done it. So yeah, you can pre-order it if you like, and that would be great.
You should.
And you do like.
You can tell I put Wayne through it today. He's giving all his mob requests.
I respect that.
I mean, I'm sure you will like.
And last but never least, Charlie.
Stop it. All my stuff's at charlievince.com. There's my portfolio, my shop. There's a link to social media, which is pretty much just Instagram at the moment. And haven't got anything particularly exciting coming up, apart from Bologna's coming up in a couple of weeks. So I'll be posting pretty things from Bologna Children's Publishing Book Fair adventures. And I'm going to get to meet some cool illustrators as well, because I've been messaging people who I've never met, but that are going, and I can't wait.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
yeah, there'll be that. And yeah, there's not many updates because I've been a bit dead for a week, but it's all good. I'm alive.
But you're bouncing back and
Yep.
getting it. Not with you physically bouncing yet.
Nope, not doing that. That would be a bad time. Hey, I discovered the other day, sneezing is a really bad time after you've had surgery.
Oh yeah.
God, yes.
Oh god.
Fun fact.
Oof.
Also, hi mum, love you mum.
Hi,
Charlie's mum.
And she loved so much that you guys gave her a shout out even when I was not present, by the way.
Of course. Can't have an episode of Some Other Heroes without shouting out Charlie's mum. Just doesn't work.
Charlie's mum is the patron.
Saint.
Patron saint.
Patron saint, yes, of Some Other Heroes.
Yeah.
I guess that just leaves me. You can find me at Chris Mepham RPG, wherever your media is socialed. I am also the voice behind the social media most of the time. Other people step in and help me out when I'm busy. At Some Other Heroes, wherever the media is socialed. Presently, things are a little quiet on the creative front. I've got a couple of things coming I'm working on at the moment, including some character art for the villains of this particular game as well, which are coming along nicely.
We love a villain.
I'm making Chris
design.
redo them because they're entirely too attractive right now.
No,
Villains
make
are
them
always
hot.
hot.
No, you've got to have a hot villain. Love a hot
Yeah.
villain.
Look at the timeline versions are so fucking hot.
Yeah, so as soon as they are in a state that I can share them, I will of course post them on my social, and I will share them in our Discord as well, so that you can see them in all their villainous glory. Yeah, it's fun. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying making them all very hot, so you all feel terrible about killing them later.
Really great. Oh no.
No. I am now. I mean, I'm always super excited, but I am really excited for next week's episode. It feels like it's going to be a lot of fun. So,
Kicking off.
it is really good. So, please join us again next week. Keep an eye on our socials. We keep you updated. Yeah. Other than that, have fun. Roll dice. Tell stories. Take care of one another. We love you all very much.
Love you, bye.
Love you, bye!
Bye.